react live to all the action until 2 p.m. Thanks to Denver Roof Pros and Biondino Law Firm. At 2, The Drive will recap the day thanks to AeroSeal Colorado. Stay locked into Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and DenverSports.com for all the latest news and information during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh, yeah.
And we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
It's home selling season. And what's the biggest mistake you can make when selling your home? Settling for less money. That never happens with Orchard. Low ball offers can wear you down, causing you to settle for thousands less. You don't have to settle when you sell with an Orchard agent. Orchard reinvented the real estate industry by guaranteeing your home sale. Their local agents help you sell on market for top dollar. First, Orchard gives you cash up front to buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then, once you're settled in, your Orchard agent helps you sell your home on market for top dollar. Here's what one customer said. I went under contract within 24 hours of my home listing, which was amazing. With Orchard, you never have to settle for less. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Curious how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
For 90 years, Belco Credit Union has proudly called Colorado home. That's thanks to all our members who have helped us grow alongside our beautiful state. To celebrate our anniversary, Belco is offering a special low fixed rate on a new home equity choice line advance. If you've been waiting to start a new home renovation project, now's the perfect time. Go to belco.org/90 years to see full offer details. Equal housing opportunity lender. Membership eligibility required. All loans subject to approval. Belco, banking for everyone.
Your air duct cleaning experts, Ductworks.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Ductworks. Summertime is all about staying cool and comfortable. But what about the air flowing through your home? You rely on your AC all summer long. Make sure the air that's circulating in your home is clean and fresh. Your air ducts collect dust, debris, and allergens year-round, and summertime airflow keeps it moving throughout your house. It's one of the most overlooked parts of your home, but it impacts the air you breathe every single day. That's why I trust the professionals at Ductworks. They're personable. When you call, you're always going to talk to a live person. They're educated guys, and Ductworks is Colorado's top-rated air duct cleaning company, trusted by thousands of 5-star reviews. Before your AC works through another Colorado summer, make sure the air you're breathing is clean. Call them for a free estimate today. 303-425-0985. That's 303-425-0985 or online at ductworks.com.
303-425-0985.
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's Training Camp 2026, Unfinished Business. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, powered by AeroSeal Colorado.
Off and rolling. Here on a Thursday, August 6th, yet another day of Denver Broncos training camp in the books. And things are getting intriguing, maybe for the wrong reasons over there at Broncos Park, powered by Common Spirit. What up, Phil?
Woo! What's going on, ZB? It is a Thursday. What is that, Thirsty Thursday? Back in college, man, I was just reminiscing on the good old days in college. You play football, get your school paid for.
Oh, God.
Okay, you work hard in school, ZB, Bruce Lee class. You turn up after a game after you win, and we didn't win a lot of the time, but 2016 we won a lot. Man, those are the good old days.
Good old days, no doubt about it.
Thirsty Thursday.
And in a lot of ways, these are the good old days that we're living in.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember saying that on a social post maybe a year ago. Got young kids, and everyone's healthy, and they're at home, and you know, it's about your perspective, right? And so we're living in the good old days right now in a lot of ways. Okay, so the Sutton conversation.
Yeah.
It's strange. That's the only thing I know, okay? And I know there are going to be people out there that's the nothing to see here crowd, right? And they have good representation, right? Whether it's Nikola Jokic, he's going in the last year of his contract. He hasn't signed it.
Nothing to see there.
There's nothing to see here, right? Bo Nix fractures his ankle, has 5 different surgeries, misses out on a trip to the Super Bowl. Now there's nothing to see here. I have zero concern. Okay. This one, obviously not to the degree of those others. It's strange. It just, here's how I'll say it. If you're going to pitch to me that you're missing 3 days of training camp.
At the beginning of training camp.
Within the first 8 practices. So you're talking about approaching missing 50%, like if he missed tomorrow's practice for some reason. And here's the thing. Much like last year, when everyone around here said, well, Jokic is just going to sign next summer. And then next summer comes and Jokic says no, and there's still nothing to see here. It doesn't pass the smell test.
No.
And so yesterday, when Sean Payton gets in front of the podium and says Sutton will be back tomorrow.
He's fine. He'll be back tomorrow. It's a vet day. All right.
But, well, he said that 2 days ago. Yesterday is when he missed the second day. And then it's like, wait, 2 vet days in the first 7 practices, that doesn't happen.
No, if you're Kareem Jackson and you've been playing for 12, 13 years, maybe like that.
I don't even remember in the first 7 practices, and now we're missing 3 of the first 8.
And we also have to remember, ZB, this is Sean Payton. Sean Payton has hard practices. He wants to put you through the ringer so that you can get ready for the season.
Sure.
He wants to make sure you are calloused so by the middle of the season you can get going again. He's old school. Now, he listens to Bo Lowry. Shout out Bo Lowry. I know you're probably listening right now, pissed off at us. He listens to Bo Lowry. He likes the science part about it. But giving 2 vet days to Court,
Phil, it's 3 now.
3 now. Yeah, you're right. So 3 vet days
in a row. 3 vet days get spread out.
Yeah, they do.
It's not a vet cluster. It's a vet day, right? And so 1 vet day that early in camp was like, okay, whatever. And then 2 days within the first 7 days, and now 3 within the first 8. I'll say it again. It just doesn't pass the smell test.
So what do you think it is, right? There's a lot going on. There's a couple theories out there. One, he's dealing with an injury, right?
Yeah.
He's dealing with an injury, a soreness, some type of tightness, and they want to be cautious with him.
Yeah, I think that's probably the most likely thing going on here.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Well, I'm with you. But Will Peterson, and I have to bring this up because he was out there and he was like, hey, man, I got a theory. I want to bounce off you, just something that I'm noticing.
Well, someone else put it out there as well.
All right, so you heard this theory as well. And it is that maybe Court is not happy with his contract. Zay Flowers with the Baltimore Ravens, he just got paid the bag. And ever since then, Courtland Sutton has not practiced.
That's right.
He has not practiced. Nah, I'm not going down that road.
I can't. But I mean, we can talk about it. I mean, let's
talk about it. If that is the case, how do you feel about that? For Court to sit here, if it is, we're just saying it, if it is,
as a theory,
and he's upset.
I mean, this is very much a conspiracy theory to the point where, I mean, I think we throw this underneath the combo. Just want to thanks, D.
Courtland Sutton doesn't like his money. just signed his contract not too long ago. But he looks around. You bring in Jalen Waddle. At some point, you may have to pay him. He just went for 1,000 yards last season.
Again.
Bo Nix, favorite target.
Yeah, number one receiver in the NFL on third and fourth down for 2 straight years.
He knows, Courtland Sutton that is, this is his last chance. If he wants to get a little bit more money, a little bit more cheddar, he needs to do it now. He's getting older. He's going into year 9. Why not? Why not throw a little bit of a fit to see if I can't get a little bit more money, ZB? Because if it happens tomorrow and he's not out there, then what?
Hold on. Like, another day is not going to change much for me because we're already at 3 days in a row within the first 8 practices. What is happening? If he's not hurt, I'd almost like to spend more time on that. But but this is right here. We're right here. We already put it out there. If Courtland Sutton, Zay Flowers is 25 years old. Courtland Sutton, if he were trying to pull a fast one, and I am 3 months away from turning, what is it, 32, I think? Or no, 30.
31.
Yeah, 31.
He's a couple years younger than me.
I think he's severely misplaying this. I just don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
You're in a Super Bowl window. Your cohort, Jalen Waddle now, he is on more of a team-friendly contract.
Yeah, he is.
I would just be surprised. I would be surprised and I would be disappointed, I think.
So can we go ahead and shoo that theory away then? Because I'm with you. I would be surprised. I don't think Court
is
trying to hold out.
I don't want to completely dismiss it because what position does he play?
He plays a receiver.
Okay.
The toughest ones out there.
I mean, he signed a 4-year, $92 million deal with the Broncos. $18.5 million signing bonus, $41 million guaranteed, an annual average salary of $23 million. But the reason why I don't want to dismiss it, and I'll preface this by saying I don't think this is what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But since people are sort of whispering about this, let's just talk about it. Okay, we have the whole afternoon. We've never seen Sutton have a hold in, right? Or did we? Was this about a year ago?
Yeah, Court did actually hold in.
He did hold in.
Yeah. He was at practice, but he was not practicing.
And didn't they adjust his contract or maybe give him incentives
or something like that? So they gave him incentives. And on that situation at the time, he was a hold in. He was upset. Remember, he came out with the Will Smith, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, meme where it's just him and everybody else is leaving.
Yes.
And yeah, they didn't extend him. They gave him more incentives for him to go out there and earn, which he did. And then the next year, they gave him the big time contract.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
The only thing I could think of.
I don't want to just dismiss it. I don't want to just dismiss it. I don't think that's what's going on, but I don't just want to blindly
right? This is business, and everybody feels like they're worth more than what they may actually be worth at the time, or what you can get away with. Everybody wants to get away with something, right? And in Court's case, it's like, hey, I'm doing a lot of the heavy lifting. You guys look at me as a captain. Maybe he wants more guaranteed money. Because he had this $94 million contract, and I think you said 41 was guaranteed.
Correct.
So that means that the rest of the money that's not guaranteed, they can cut him and they're taking that back. And maybe Court's saying, you know what, I want a little bit more guaranteed. Give me an additional 15, 20 million guaranteed. Let's just go 15. $15 million guaranteed and I'll be happy. Let's change that up. If that's the case, maybe that's what's happening.
Well, it looks like this year he is going to make around $17.5 million. But here's the thing, guys, and this is why it's not absurd to talk about this, despite us. Do you think that's what's going on?
No. I don't.
Okay, so both of us don't think that's what's going on. But by the NFL landscape, if you're representing Courtland Sutton, okay, if you're his representation, and you are Jacob Presser from Milk and Honey Sports, okay, if you're him, you're saying, I'm looking at the landscape of the NFL. Like, I don't care about anything else but my client and what's best for my client. And by several numbers, back-to-back 1,000-yard years, my client has stayed healthy. He's got 25 touchdowns in the last 3 years. Look at the other comps for guys who play this position. And it was cool. And by the way, he did not show up for any OTAs last year.
Oh, he didn't? Yeah, you're right.
No. And he came to the required stuff because he was not going to accept the fine. And he made a comment like maybe 2 years ago that I'm not in the business of giving money away. Do you remember that?
I remember.
Okay. So, yeah, he skipped the voluntary stuff and showed up for the required stuff. But if you're his agent and you're like, hold on a second, I know you love the Broncos and the Broncos say they love you, this is how you communicate that in this league. Okay?
Money talks.
He's making way less money than market value. And look at these 7 other examples of this exploding wide receiver market. And my guy's been the number 1 guy in the entire league on 3rd and 4th down for 2 years in a row, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, 25 touchdowns, and now everyone inside the league is voting him on the ESPN Top 100. This is how they feel. Like, all that stuff, I think, could come into play. I hope that it's not, though. I don't like it. Courtland Sutton has made a lot of money with the Denver Broncos. He is very handsomely compensated.
But also,
I hope that's not what's going on.
If that was what was going on, ZB, I don't think that they would have let Courtland go to the podium today. They would, because now it's like, hey, we don't know how you feel.
That's a
we don't
great
know what
point.
we're going to get out of this or out of you when you're up there. You may get upset. Somebody might ask you the wrong question, and now we're coming back talking about it.
Sure.
So if they felt that way, they wouldn't have put Court up there because they haven't in the past.
I agree.
When he was dealing with his contract.
And if you remember, Courtland didn't even speak to the media at his own charity event when he was going through this.
Yes.
So okay, that's one theory. Let's talk about another coming up next.
All right, I pinky promise.
J.K. Dobbins pinky promises he'll play 17 games, but...
Now you have to lead the league in rushing, bro.
Right.
You should have kept your mouth shut. You should have showed us, and then at the end of the year, dunk on all of our heads and said, look at what I just did.
Right.
Making these promises that don't mean anything because you devalue it with your own words saying, oh, I know I said that again last year. So then why are you saying it this time around, dude? Do, and then say, don't say and hope to do. His mouth is writing checks that his body has not been able to cash his entire NFL year.
Right.
So when I get that check, I go, oh, yeah, I'm just going to rip this up and throw it away.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Cracks in the drywall, water in the basement, concrete sinking or shifting? You need to call my friends at Homestrong, the highest rated structural company in the state with over 300 5-star Google reviews. Guys, they're family owned, 20 plus years of experience, and highly trained inspectors who start with a free inspection and quote. They handle foundation repair, waterproofing, crawl space encapsulation, egress windows, concrete lifting, decorative concrete, full basement conversions. Guys, most work includes a lifetime transferable warranty, plus financing options. If the work you need is at or below the ground, Homestrong is the best in town. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
At Common Spirit Health, we don't just see a cancer diagnosis. We see you, and you don't have to do this alone. We believe you should be surrounded by your people, so you can keep them close while you get care close to home. Supported by our care team from diagnosis to treatment and beyond, and strengthened by treatment tailored to you. Because there's no one-size-fits-all approach to cancer care. Find cancer care with human kindness close to you at mountain.commonspirit.org.
Hey, it's Phillip Lindsay here. Do you need a new roof, gutters, or exterior needs? Monarch is your one-stop shop, backed by 16 years of experience and over 10,000 satisfied customers. Their in-house insurance team fights for you, and their white glove service means every detail is handled with care. Competitive pricing, award-winning craftsmanship, and the only roofer the Denver Broncos chose to endorse. A proud member of Team Dave Logan, make the call to your home team, Monarch Construction and Roofing, the official roofer of the Denver Broncos.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975 in Boulder, has a championship-level lineup ready for you to test drive and take home today. They currently have specials on both the BMW X3 and X5 models. The BMW X3 model is a luxury compact SUV that offers balanced handling and a powertrain variety. The BMW X5 model is a high-performance powerhouse luxury model that offers you a thrilling driving experience. They also have a great pre-owned BMW lineup as well. Schedule your test drive today. Go to GebhardtBMW.com.
Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership since 1975.
Colorado, it's time to take our recycling to the next level. That's why Recycle-On Colorado is bringing you more curbside and drop-off service from peaks to prairies. Guidelines as clear as our skies, so you know what goes where. And the price? As free as gawking at Bighorns on I-70. You deserve a recycling system you can count on, like your puffiest winter coat. And we're here to give it to you. Learn more at recycleon.org/Colorado.
Robbie Dino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled over 7,000 cases, 300 trials. Let's face it, divorce is really impactful. You may have a controlling spouse. You may have a violent spouse. You may have been a victim of a domestic violence. You may be wrongfully accused of domestic violence. This all affects parenting rights. And let's face it, the kids are the most important. These are the things that need to be handled. They need to be handled appropriately by someone that's going to protect your kids and protect your rights. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com, 720-706-5151.
When your joints hurt every day and you've been told you need surgery, it can feel like there's only one option. Do your homework first. Remember, once a joint is replaced, there's no going back. Hey, it's Mike Evans. Before you schedule surgery, consider getting a second opinion from QC Kinetics. Whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis, a torn meniscus, or years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you should have. Talk to QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to deliver relief to patients like you right here in Denver. They concentrate tiny healing tools within your body right in the spot that's actually causing the pain. The whole idea is to give you a real shot at holding off on surgery, or in some cases, avoiding it altogether. And that's why it makes sense to explore every option before making a decision that can change your life. Call QC Kinetics today for a second opinion and know your options. The conversation and consultation are totally free. Call today, 303-900-8986, 303-900-8986, with locations in Aurora, Superior, Highlands Ranch, and the Springs. It's QC Kinetics.
Men, when addressing the problem of erectile dysfunction, you want the right treatment for your specific medical situation, because every case is different, and finding the right treatment can mean the difference between just an okay experience and an amazing one. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and at our practices, we offer the full range of ED treatment protocols and can even combine therapies to help make those intimate moments special, both for you and your partner. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're the leader in treating ED in the area. Our medical providers specialize in men's sexual health and understand that no two cases are alike, which means you'll get the right treatment for you based on sound medical evaluation and appropriate applications of medical therapies. Plus, we offer treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases, which means if you're like most men, you'll get your sex life back. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99. It includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Experience the new $3 Pepper Jack Steak Burrito and Decadent Melty or Crisp Fresca. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary, tax extra.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Aero Seal Colorado.
It's Training Camp 2026, Unfinished Business.
Believe that Courtland Sutton is holding out for more money. But I think you do. Go ahead and lay out why.
Well, I think it's a theory that has to get floated for sure. Zay Flowers got paid at 9:45 a.m. Mountain Time on Tuesday morning. Courtland Sutton has not practiced since. First day, vet day, all good. Second day, vet day, that raises some eyebrows.
That's very unusual. I mean, just right there. So 2 of the first 7 practices, and they're back-to-back. That's not how vet day works.
No, and then today, he doesn't really practice. He's dressed, but he just goes to the side field, runs around a little bit. I would call it 3 days in a row of Courtland Sutton not practicing. He has not practiced since Zay Flowers got $140 million, $108 million guaranteed from the Baltimore Ravens.
It is bizarre. I mean, it is bizarre. But here's the thing, and Phil made a great point. Why would they send him to the podium when there's a contract dispute? Or maybe there's not a dispute. Maybe they're working on an adjustment or something. But that part doesn't make sense. 2 summers ago, they did not want to make him available under, I'm not going to say similar circumstance because I don't believe at the end of the day it is a similar circumstance. We'll talk about maybe what is more likely here. But here's what I know for sure. Here's what I think I know for sure. Saying that it's like It's a vet cluster. So you're missing 3 days in the first 8 days.
Well, that's what the science is telling Sean to do. If you're listening to like Sean and Court.
Okay, so if you're listening to Sean, then listen to Sean. Yesterday, Sean said Court would be back out there today.
He did say that.
Did the science change?
And then today it was he'll be back out there tomorrow. He just keeps kicking the can down the road. I just think it's interesting that Zay Flowers got this big-time money. Pat Bryant is coming. You guys are out there every single day.
Dude, he has been – guys, listen to me. Pat Bryant's been the best wide receiver for the Denver Broncos.
So is Courtland Sutton trying to squeeze every last dime out of the Broncos because he knows Pat Bryant's going to take his job? One day. Not this season.
Well, but
that's
one
day.
But Court understands the game. He did it to DT. All right, DT, Emmanuel Sanders, they were there, and Courtland got drafted. I was there as well. And what did they do to Demaryius Thomas? They traded him to the Houston Texans because they felt like it was time for Courtland Sutton to take the next step, and they liked what they saw out of him.
Yep.
And so at some point, you draft to replace. And so now Pat Bryant's starting to shine. He's starting to kind of come around. He's getting confidence, making some big-time plays. And you are looking at it like, okay, at some point we are going to cut ties with Court, or Court's going to retire, and we got his replacement. That's just how it goes.
Right.
Now,
so if that's how it goes, then Courtland wants to get every single dollar available to him before that happens. I'm not going to, dig my feet in on this one. I just think it's something worth considering when a guy misses 3 straight days of training camp practice and then goes to the podium and says, no joke, 4 different times, I'm being a good soldier. Imagine if you missed work 3 straight days and told our boss, Amanda, I'm just being a good soldier. She wouldn't say you're being a good soldier. That's where it's confusing to me. How can he pin this on?
ZB did miss 3 weeks.
I did not.
Says the Hawaii guy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was
Don't worry,
out.
nothing was going on when he was gone.
Yeah.
Just second round of the playoffs.
Just the Avalanche not winning another game after he got back. But it's just strange you're telling me you're being this good soldier. Here and there, but Courtland's acting like they're trying to keep him away from himself. They got restraints keeping him off the field.
Yeah.
That's not how I buy it at all.
Yeah, it's strange.
Well, and also, too, like, as a vet, let's be honest, who really wants to practice? If they told me, Phil, you're going to have 3 days off, I'm taking the 3 days. And I'm not going to bat an eye.
But this is the first full week. Smile. This is not before training or preseason game 3. This isn't going to that August 28th game where they're all just burnt out.
Right. That's why. Hey, it's some version of load management in the first 8 practices. It doesn't pass the smell test. Do I think he's holding out for more money? I don't. Do I think that theory, because we've seen this before, is worthy enough to talk about it? I do. That's why we're doing it right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think there might have just be something a little bit off with Sutton. Just a little bit of tightness, just something where it's like, we checked in. How does it feel? Because we saw him moving around on the side field.
We did. He started the walkthroughs with his helmet on, and this is why Cease and all them said, hey, he's practicing today. He looked like he was going to practice.
Yeah.
And then once the walkthrough, jog-through period was done, Courtland Sutton trotted over to the side field where the injury players are, and he was working out with Bo Lowry on sprints.
But he denied time and time again today that he's hurt. Like, I know you guys will get to the audio later in the show, but Mike Kliss asked him, are you injured, Courtland?
Well, because
and he
used
one word.
He's not going to say. He's not going to say yes.
He used a word I literally had to look up, like indubitably.
Indubitably. I wrote about it at DenverSports.com, and in my story I said Sutton was asked if he's healthy, and he said indubitably.
Well, what's the definition for that, please?
There's no doubt.
Which means without any doubt.
Okay.
So Kliss asked him, are you hurt? Or are you healthy? Indubitably. Without a doubt, I am healthy.
My man's vocab.
Is that like when Rodgers was asked if he's vaxxed and he's like, I've been immunized, or however he said
immunized.
Immunized.
I don't know, because you're sitting there with Bo Lowry. Okay, you're going through some sprints on the injured field, not on the side field.
Right.
You're talking with him. You're taking the knee. You're talking with him for 10, 15 minutes.
Then why not say he's hurt? It's not that big a deal. Jalen Waddle's hurt. He's out 4 to 5 days.
Because Jalen Waddle's stuff, you can't hide. He's limping around. All right, Nick Bonito's, you can't hide. He's limping around. Courtland Sutton, you can get away with because it wasn't out there a certain play that he got hurt on.
But he had to use some big word that none of the 3 of us admittedly knew to say he's healthy.
I'm surprised ZB didn't know that word.
But dude, I like when I hear something like that, and I learned this from my dad, because my dad was basically from he's from Queens with no money and just like the lowest of the low start in life, but he ended up having this great vocabulary. and passing a lot of it along to me. And his rule was, if someone uses a word that you don't know, the first thing you do is go look it up.
Yes.
And so that's what I did today. But here's the thing. We have eyes and an actively working brain. Everyone is not out at practice. We saw Sutton with Bo Lowry for an extended period of time doing 60% speed stuff, taking a knee, having one-on-one conversations that lasted, like, I'm not talking about 3 or 4 minutes. I'm
like
talking
10
about,
minutes.
I'm talking like, a chunk of the first portion of practice was spending with Bo Lowry. So do I think Sutton's holding out for more money? I don't. I understand why you say that, but I just think there's something a little bit off with Sutton right now physically.
And you know what? It happens. Whether you tweak something gets tight, you're getting older, Court's going into year 9. Look what just happened to Waddle. Waddle was going through a jog through and something happened to his knee. So I think there was a little bit of tightness. They didn't expect it to be this long with Court. Court came back saying, I'll try to practice today. It may have tightened back up on him or it's sore. And now he's talking to Bo Lowry saying, hey, it still feels the same, so let's not push it.
But real quick, you're not going into a playoff game. There's no element of surprise here. You're not trying to keep info from other teams in camp right now. It's early August. If Sutton said, something doesn't feel quite right, everyone say, okay, he's a little hurt.
Because it gives us a big story.
Instead, he says,
talking about
indubitably.
But I think when you handle, no, hold on. I want to jump in here because you just said, look at us, we're talking about. We're talking about it because how they're going about it. It's strange. It's just strange. Yeah. That's all. It doesn't pass the smell test. That you're taking 3 vet days in a row, a vet cluster in the first 8 days of camp. But we see him working with Bo Lowry on the side. Something's up there with Sutton. We'll let it play out and see. Will, if you're ultimately right that he wants more money, we'll see how this ages here.
And it could just be incentives, right? That's what he got 2 summers ago, and that made his day. He was a happy camper. And don't forget, fellas, what did they do about a couple months ago? They kind of flew under the radar.
No. I was just going to bring this up because I said it at the time.
They just gave Pat Surtain more cash.
And what did I say at the time?
Other guys.
You just traded for Waddle, who's on a team-friendly contract, right? Mm-hmm. I said you could be opening the door a bit of a slippery slope. If you put more cheese on his Whopper, completely unprompted,
$5 million.
Do you open the door for someone else like, Courtland Sutton's agent that's like, hey, we want that do-right deal because our guy has overachieved at a position that has exploded market-wise.
So the Broncos were doing right by Pat Surtain, but it could ultimately burn them if now Courtland Sutton wants the same thing.
We'll see. All right, we'll table this conversation for now, circle back to it just a little bit later and hear from Sutton himself. We were out at practice. Our biggest takeaway was... We'll get to it next.
The Rockies were busy at the deadline. 2-time Gold Glover Brenton Doyle shipped to the White Sox. Longtime rookie Antonio Sensatella dealt to the Brewers. And the hard-throwing reliever Victor Vodnik is headed to Miami. 3 deals, 6 prospects coming back to Colorado. What does it all mean for the rebuild? And did Colorado do enough? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Dan Jacobs with Jacobs Law on 303 Law 4040. Here's a story my lovely wife Kimberly was particularly proud of. Jeffrey, a listener just like you, called 303 Law 4040 and said he was T-boned by a driver running a red light and rammed his car right into a tree. When the cops came, the other driver lied and the police believed him. They said Jeffrey was at fault. Now, with the big made-for-TV lawyers, that's where the case would normally end. Many of them won't even touch a case if they actually have to work to prove it. But Jeffrey insisted he was innocent. He worked with us together on our team to find the witnesses and the evidence to get the ticket overturned and the insurance company's denial reversed. At 303 Law 4040, we aren't a big settlement mill like the made-for-TV lawyers. Each client meets with me and my lovely wife Kimberly in person, and you get our cell phone numbers. If you've been injured in an accident, you know the number, 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs.
Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
Summer hailstorms bring in the 3-ring front porch roofing circus.
In ring 1, there's We're Doing Bob's Roof Down the Street.
And in ring 2, there's We Will Cover Your Deductible.
And in ring 3, What Do I Need to Do to Get You to Sign Today?
Send those clowns to the curb.
Don't turn your home into a circus. Call the pros, Denver Roof Pros.
Check us out at DenverRoofPros.com.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
It's game day. Are your moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keeping you from the action? Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, could help you get back to the game. Skyrizi is proven to help people feel significant symptom relief, achieve remission, and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. Skyrizi is a prescription injection medicine for adults. Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's or ulcerative colitis.
Control is everything to me.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's and ulcerative colitis combined. Learn more at skyrizi.com or 1-866-SKYRIZI.
Summers are made for time on your deck. Right now, when you purchase a new deck from 5280 Exteriors during August, you'll get free solar railing lights, no payments, and no interest until 2027 for qualified buyers. A 2-time President's Club winner, 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Recall 67A mobile appointments are now available in your area. We come to you, quick, easy, and under an hour. Complete the recall to get $500, plus a warranty worth thousands. Schedule today at CummonsRecall.com.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery and Monarch Construction and Roofing. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Training Camp 2026. Unfinished business. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, powered by AeroSeal Colorado.
All right, interesting start to the show. Bit of a curveball there with the Courtland Sutton stuff. A vet day, followed by a vet day, followed by a vet day. 3P in the first 8 practices. Oh, my gosh. You can't make it up,
I love
man.
Sean Payton, man. He's taking care of his players.
Oh, my gosh.
I love to play for him.
And I'll just read one RamosLaw.com text 303-713-1043. You can hit us up on our YouTube chat as well, presented by Champ Honda. By the way, we're giving away Zach Bryan tickets again today in Power Field. Next Friday, we've got a pair of tickets to give away, so make sure you keep listening, all right? Mike says, why are you guys so cynical? Why can't you believe anyone? Mike, it's real simple. It goes like this.
I know this ain't Mike Kliss.
No.
You might be right there.
No, because Kliss knows better, because Kliss has been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
When you've done this for, in my case, for almost 2 decades, when you're Phillip Lindsay and you've played in the league and you know the rhythm of this stuff, and your brain is turned on, right? You have an actively working brain and you can think for yourself, right? And not just be told one thing and say, this is what it must be, right? And I know there's a large portion of Broncos country that's how they are. Cool. Not going to tell a fan how to fan.
No.
But this is very unusual. That's all. It's very unusual.
Especially when Court was supposed to play or practice today. He was supposed to practice today.
That's what Sean Payton, the head football coach, said yesterday.
Was on the side field doing some stuff with Bo Lowry, was talking with him on a knee. Seemed like he didn't like what was going on with his body, and he didn't practice in a 2-hour practice. That's it. It's 3 straight days.
Yep. So it is what it is. It is what it is. It's just a little bit or a lot of bit rather unusual. It just is. Okay. They were not in full pads today. They were down in their spiders, and they still got a lot of work in, though, I thought, Phil.
They did, ZB. They were running around. It was not a physical practice, but mentally, you're still out there. You're still going through the motions 100%. You're still competing, and there was a bunch of times where the DBs were competing against the receivers. Someone like Riley Boss was out there having sticky defense, knocking and having pass breakups. So, yeah, ZB, they got a lot of work out of today, and these are the dog days. These are the days where you have to step up. These are the days where you have to stay consistent, and it's harder when you don't have the pads on because psychologically you start to just relax. It's more like, hey, man, this is the time for us to relax because probably tomorrow on a Friday, they're going to ramp things back up, especially because Sean Payton's going to leave on that Saturday.
Yeah.
And then Saturday there might be a scrimmage. So you're trying to take advantage of these days when you don't have the pads on and you're kind of just going through those motions, but you still have to give 100% effort, ZB, to get something out of it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, as you look back at the day, the Thursday that was, what do you think your biggest takeaway was from today?
Biggest takeaway for me is I like what I'm seeing out of R.J. Harvey out of the backfield. Right? Now, we're not talking about R.J. Harvey, the running back, running in between the tackles. No, that's not his role. His role is to be this third down back that can catch a lot of balls out of the backfield, that can take some runs to the outside, which he done multiple times last year. He can score a bunch of touchdowns for you. We all know that. But he's getting more comfortable and confident in the passing game. Today, he had another big-time play in 7-on-7 where he's wheeling up the field on a linebacker. He has that speed.
He does.
He has, that sleepy speed where you're not thinking he's as fast as he is. Then he gets behind you. And now you're looking up and he has another big-time touchdown, and that's exactly what happened. And I want to say Semi E or Bo Nix. It was Bo Nix that threw the touchdown pass to R.J. Harvey, and it was on the left sideline. R.J. was able to do another wheel route for a touchdown. So just expect R.J. Harvey to be a big part of the passing game. Expect a bunch of wheel routes this year with R.J. Harvey like last year, and he's getting comfortable in his role, and he's starring in it, ZB.
Yeah, he is a unique athlete, isn't he?
He is.
Like there's only one of him on this roster. His position is not, or his profile rather, within his position, it's not redundant really in any way. And I just, and I've used this word a lot with R.J. Harvey, so forgive me. But the first word that comes to mind with Harvey is weapon. He's just a weapon. He's not a traditional starting running back. I don't think he's a traditional number 2 back. Now, I may be wrong about the second part, but I don't think I'm wrong about the first part. I don't think you'll ever see R.J. Harvey as a 1A back in the NFL.
But dude, what do I always say? That is fine. If he plays
Yes.
his part the right way and he stays in his lane
Yep.
and says, you know what, I want to be a weapon, he'll have a 10-year career because of that.
Yep.
And there's been a bunch of running backs like that are just okay with being that utility back and having a home in the NFL for years.
Yep.
And so, just play his role to the fullest. He'll be just fine. Jonah Coleman, another one, ZB, looking really, really good right now. I can't wait to see what he looks like when he is breaking tackles, when he is running in between the tackles as well. He's smart, and you can tell that he's doing well when it comes to pass protection. Now, I need to see it in a real-life game, in a preseason game, because it's different than practice. But I like what I'm seeing out of him, too, and he's going to get opportunities early so that the Denver Broncos can keep J.K. healthy for a full 17-game season.
If you had to have one back in there right now to pass protect, would it be the second year R.J. Harvey or would it be rookie Jonah Coleman?
I'm going to go rookie Jonah Coleman. And the reason for that is when I'm watching Jonah Coleman out there, he's literally identifying who he needs to pick up. And there's been times where they kind of mess with him, act like the first read's coming, and then they have a safety coming on backside. And Jonah Coleman has been able to identify that, get over to the other side, and stop that defender from creating that sack. So Jonah Coleman is going to be a player that if he can get the pass protection down and they get confidence in him, he's going to get a lot more reps on that football field every single Sunday, Thursday, and Monday night when they play on a Monday night. I like what I'm seeing out of Jonah Coleman, and I like his running style. He does get vertical. He does have a little bit more of a nastiness when when he's running downhill, and you want to see that to help spell someone like J.K. Dobbins and help keep him healthy.
All right, interesting big takeaway from today's practice. I'll share you my biggest takeaway from Thursday's practice, and we'll comb through how it all went down coming up next.
If Davis Webb and the Broncos offense is the top storyline of the season, then close behind is
this defense forcing more turnovers than they did last year. And the impact it will have on this defense, on this offense, and on this overall team if they're able to, law of averages, improve on the measly 14 turnovers that they forced last year, and what it would look like if they improved by 10, 12, never mind if they doubled it and got upwards of 28 or 30, which is where the league leaders actually live.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
The hot weather is here. Stoke here from my team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Has another company told you that you need a new air conditioner? Time to throw in the challenge flag. Rocks Heating and Air offers no obligation, free second opinions. They have amazing financing options and incredible rebates too, only from the best. ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
You missed it? No worries. Santiago's is giving you a second chance to grab a free unfinished business training camp t-shirt. Head to eatatsantiagos.com to find out which select Santiago's locations will be handing out 50 additional tees on the house while supplies last. But just like a good Santiago's breakfast burrito, they won't last long. Locations, dates, and times are all at eatatsantiagos.com. Fresh burritos and free gear? That's a win-win. Santiago's. Faithfully authentic.
You know that feeling, sitting at the kitchen table, staring at a stack of bills, wondering how you got here? Credit cards, car payments, subscriptions you forgot about. It all piles up. But here's the thing. If you own a home, you're sitting on the answer. American Financing can help you declutter your monthly bills into a single manageable payment. Their salary-based mortgage consultants look at your entire financial picture, not just one piece. All right? The average customer savings is $800 a month. You may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there is never any upfront fees or obligation with American Financing. This is a family-owned lender, not one of those big banks where you're just a number. So pick up the phone and start that conversation at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or simply visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Men, erectile dysfunction can affect much more than just your sex life. It can create stress in relationships, leading to feelings of anxiety or embarrassment, and impact your overall confidence and well-being. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and we specialize in treating men's sexual health issues to help men find solutions that fit their individual needs. ED is a frustrating condition, and many men suffer for years without seeking treatment. But the good news is that if you're like most men, we have the answer. Our licensed medical providers will evaluate your specific medical situation and recommend a plan designed for you. And these advanced medical therapies work, with treatments having success rates of well over 90%, which means you and the one you love can have great sex again without the fear and worry of ED. You can even last up to an hour or more, and you may just find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Cecil Lammy here from my friend SodaDietNutrition.com. Listen, 5 years ago, I lost 60 pounds with soda, and I'm never going back. Soda taught me how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat. And with a degreed nutritionist, they set up a dynamic diet plan for me, for my schedule, for my food reactions, for my food preferences that helped me lose the weight naturally. And that's the thing. There's no shots, there's no pills, no mystery chemicals you're putting in your body. It's just knowing how to eat, what to eat, and when to eat. And being trained that way by Soda has allowed me to lose this 60 pounds and then keep it off even 5 years later. You want to lose that weight? Stop hiding on those summer pictures, right? I get it, man. When I was overweight, I didn't really like my picture taken. And now I love it. Get me to the front, baby. Confidence back, swagger back. I look and feel 10 years younger. It's simply amazing. And you get 4 weeks free. Call 866-800-SODA and mention the fan. 866-800-SODA and mention the fan for 4 weeks free on their big summer deal. It's SOTA. You can say it with me. State of the art.
Hi, I'm Donnie, owner of Fitness Gallery, where we believe there's nothing more important than your health. We can't stop time, but we can make your day more efficient. And we can help you get fit and stay fit.
Hey, Broncos country.
country. I'm Terrell Davis. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. Work out on your schedule from the privacy of your own home.
At Fitness Gallery, we have the nation's lowest prices on the highest quality products that stand the test of time.
Imagine this. No more wasting time in traffic, no more crowded gyms. And here's the touchdown play. Get your family involved. Your health is your ultimate MVP, and I know staying fit is not always easy. Whether it's Rod, Carl, or myself, we shop at Fitness Gallery, and you should too. With the right equipment at home, you can train like a pro whenever it suits you. You never regret buying quality. Fitness Gallery sells commercial-grade equipment for the home. It's simply the best.
Invest in your health and happiness with Fitness Gallery. Visit one of our 7 store locations for a free home gym layout and design today.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay. Leading off with the big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Here we go. Hanging out with you here on a Thursday, August 6th, reacting to Denver Broncos practice. There's some weird stuff going on with Courtland Sutton that we'll get to just a little bit later. We spent our first 3 segments on it, and that was not the plan. But it's just it's a little bit strange what's going on with one of the captains of the football team here.
Yes, yeah. I mean, look, you want to see Court on the field, especially with the receiving room. I mean, it's getting thin out there for them, right?
Yeah.
And so you want to see guys out there. You want to see Waddle continue to build chemistry with Bo Nix. You want to see Court out there continuing to build that chemistry with Bo Nix, get on the same page, because every year is different, right? You have new plays. Davis Webb is the new play caller, their offensive play caller. So there's a couple tweaks to the offense. And so, of course, you want your receivers out there. And, ZB, let's be real. Since we've been out there during camp, all the Denver Broncos have done since, until today is throw the damn football.
Yeah.
And so you want your star receivers out there catching the ball if you're going to throw all day.
Yeah. And real quick, what was your thought? Because today they kind of pivoted and did a lot more runs.
Yeah.
But it was a bit convenient, maybe, because they did the most runs that they've done since the start of camp today. But today was the day when the pads came off.
Yeah, it's very backwards, ZB, and maybe they're listening to us and say, I'm gonna show Phil. You want more running? I'm gonna give you more running when the pads are off. And the thing about that is you can get a better look at the angles that you're running if you're a running back, at the offensive line, getting to their positions if that's what you're trying to do. But what I want out of it is I want you in full pads going through the run plays so that you can get good fits, so that you can get a good look. And it's similar to the games. It's game action. The closest thing you're going to get to game action is practice with pads on. And instead, you don't do that, and you run the ball a lot today when you have no pads on. So I don't know what to make of it. I wouldn't be happy if I was a running back.
I was going to say, you were kind of getting frustrated watching it.
Yeah, because to me, it's like I needed to make the team. And if you don't have pads on, the excuse is going to be, well, maybe they would have tackled you here. Or, it would have looked different if they had pads on and the defensive line was going after you. And so I always wanted to have the pads on because now there's no excuse. If I get through that hole and you're not there, or I make you miss, or you think you wrapped me up but you really didn't, at least it's on film and I can say, hey, look, you didn't get me on that play.
Right.
And I always felt better about that. When the pads were off, just like any other player, you kind of go into relax mode. You're out there, you're going through the motions, you may be going full speed, but you're not going to get hit. You know that the defense is probably not going to knock at that ball, so you're kind of just going and going to your landmarks and finishing the run like the Broncos running backs did today, where it's like, hey, I'm going to take off and I'm going to sprint 40 yards for a touchdown.
Right.
Which you're supposed to do, but I don't believe you're getting the best work out of it if you're not in full pads working on the run.
All right. Well, that was the setup today, where yesterday's practice was had a little bit more essence of football and a little bit more substance to it than today's practice. I think that for a practice like today, it becomes far less important for the guys on the line of scrimmage. You really have to use your imagination and what that actually looks like if there was pads on. But for the guys off the line of scrimmage, all right, for receivers and DBs and quarterbacks, you're still very much getting your work in the trenches. They're trying to work on their technique and stuff, but they're mostly like, I don't want to say taking care of each other, but kind of like you don't want to be like going over the top in a setting like this.
It's like 3 hard steps and coast. That's usually what they tell the offensive line. The offensive line would tell the defensive line, hey, like go hard for three steps, and then let's just kind of lock and then like enjoy the play.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what happens.
Yeah. One of my biggest takeaways, if not my biggest takeaway for today, specifically on a Thursday, Riley Moss is arguably having the best camp of anyone that is wearing an orange and blue uniform. I mean, he has been that good. Now, that doesn't mean he's been perfect, all right? Because he sees so much, Sean called it traffic today. He sees so much traffic playing opposite of Pat Surtain that you are going to get a ball or two caught on you here and there. But guys, in totality, Riley Moss looks like an elite number 2 cornerback right now. And
you ready to say elite?
That's what he looks like to me right now through more than a week of training camp.
The man is balling, ZB.
He really is. And this is someone who I think it's only a matter of time. If he can stay healthy, right? And that's with almost everyone. He's got to stay healthy. But if he stays healthy and continues this, and dare I say even build on last year, obviously got to get the penalties cleaned up. That's a big part of his story. But we're not seeing a lot of like flags on Riley Moss right now. It does look like the technique has been a little bit cleaned up, and I think this guy's going to get an extension. I don't think Riley Moss is going anywhere. This idea that Jahdae Barron is eventually going to overtake Riley Moss for outside cornerback number 2, I don't see anything.
Not right now, at least.
No. And I'm just going to be real. Like, with Barron, and that's a separate conversation, I just don't see it. I just do not see an outside corner.
Okay, I was going to say on the outside.
Yeah, I can't see it. Dude, when like Riley Moss and PS2 stand next to each other, and then it's like Jahdae Barron. Jahdae Barron does not even have the physical profile of an outside receiver. He lacks length, and they talk about his athleticism. I just have yet to see anything that we heard about in the pre-draft process, anything, show up out there. And they're always going to say the right things. They're always going to say the right things.
He's a first-round draft pick.
He's a first-round pick, so when the players are asked about him, when I asked about Sean Payton 2 days ago, where he's at with his growth arc, they're not going to give us any material. But I have eyes, ears, and an actively working brain and can think for myself. Jahdae Barron, I do not believe. Now, that doesn't mean he's never going to work out as a Denver Bronco. They may let Jaquan McMillan, for better or worse, and I think it'd be for worse, walk out the door and he could take over as the nickel cornerback, even if it's beyond this year and it's in year 3. But I have to really squint and start using my imagination to see Jahdae Barron ever across PS2 playing on the outside at the NFL level.
I can't sit here and say ever, because he's a first-round draft pick for a reason. He was at the SEC level. He did a great job with the Texas Longhorns. I think what you're seeing out of Jahdae Barron, and actually Jahdae Barron did a better job today. He had a couple pass breakups.
He had a pass breakup.
Okay, a pass breakup.
And the pass was late and behind.
Oh, come on, Z.
Was it not?
You could say the exact same thing for Riley.
But Riley,
twice.
The sample size is enormous, though.
Twice Bo Nix was late with the football, and Riley was able to catch back up. And if the ball was thrown on time, 2 times that Bo Nix was late, Riley Moss would have got caught on. But what I'm trying to say is Jahdae Barron was there. He was sticky. He had sticky defense. He got his hands on the ball. It's not his problem if the ball's behind him. That's the quarterback's problem.
All right, let me ask you this. What other plays? So here we are. Like we started this journey last Wednesday. Here we are on a Thursday. All right, so we're into this thing.
Yeah, but Jahdae Barron, this is his first time this year playing on the outside full camp. This is his first time. Let's make that clear.
Okay, and that is very fair. And I want to be fair. I don't want to get over my skis with the criticism. So even within the grace period of playing outside, which he got drafted at Texas for playing outside, and I know he could kick inside and he could even play safety, by God. But
don't tell
he won the Jim Thorpe Award for being an outside corner.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But it is his first time at the NFL level with this sample size, practice after practice, playing outside. Can you report to our audience any single play before today where Jahdae Barron, it was like, man, that was good? A single play. I'm not even looking for a series, a single play.
There's been a couple times where he had good coverage, but the ball never went his way. But I can't sit here today and say, man, that man, Jahdae Barron, there was just a single play where he dominated that play, whether it was just sticky defense and it was just a great pass breakup or interception, like nothing like that right now.
Like, at what point am I allowed to be, like, a little bit, like, concerned about?
You always tell somebody, you're never going to tell a fan how to fan. If you're concerned right now, you are concerned. All I'm saying is give him a little bit more time. I'm seeing a lot more out of him even today. And what I'm trying to get at is he was a lot more aggressive today. There was a ball that he should have picked off. All right, he broke on the ball, and I want to say it was Mims that ended up still catching it to the flat route. But he was right there. He wasn't doing that at the beginning of camp. It seemed like the man was flooded and he didn't know what he was doing. And it was way too much going on in his head. And now it looks like he's starting to play a little bit more confident. Okay. He's starting to understand what he needs to do. I'm not saying he's competing with Riley. Riley Moss is not competing with Jahdae Barron.
No.
Riley Moss is competing with himself.
I agree.
Right? It's him versus him
I
and what
agree.
he's going to do this year to get that contract. But for Jahdae Barron, can you find a way to make some plays during preseason to where now they're saying, hey, maybe he's not going to compete with Riley, but maybe we'll slide him back in there and compete with Jaquan McMillan again if the Denver Broncos do not want to pay Jaquan.
But that's not what they're doing. He's not in the inside at all.
Not yet. And that's why I continue to say, though, ZB, Jaquan McMillan's payday's coming. Who is Jaquan McMillan competing against?
No one.
Exactly. They feel confident that Jaquan's going to continue to do his part. They like what they see. They know he's on the tender, but I guarantee that contract is coming around the corner for that man. And for Riley, of course, the Denver Broncos, George Payton, he drafted Riley. So he wants to be right. And if Riley can take the next step, which Troy Franklin talked about yesterday of, hey, Riley is playing stickier defense.
Yes.
We're seeing it for ourselves. I'm with you. Riley, if he can do that at the beginning of this season, let's say the first 6 games, which is a gauntlet of a schedule, then he may get his extension after the first 6 games.
I think he's going to. I do. I think he's going to. And so you think J-Mac's getting paid.
I do.
And that sounds very reasonable. I think Riley Moss is getting paid. I think I sound reasonable. Jahdae Barron is not competing with any of those 2 players. And this is where I just sit back. And just say, how is this going to go for this first-round pick? Because if I'm right and you're right, and maybe one of us will be right, or maybe we'll both be wrong, or maybe we'll both be right. But from what we're seeing right now, by their actions, he's playing on the outside as a depth corner with the 2s. Mm-hmm. He has never played inside with the 1s. We don't see that. It's not one of these back and forth things like Sam Ehlinger and Jarrett Stidham.
They're going to be patient with Jahdae Barron, and they're going to hope that he continues to grow. They're going to hope tomorrow, all right, he was close to having a couple more pass breakups, that tomorrow he does have those pass breakups, that he does continue to learn the system and get confident. Because you start to question, this is my question to the Denver Broncos. Are you truly going to have 2 $20 million cornerbacks? You got PS2.
Who's a $30 million corner.
Who's a $30 million. And you have Riley Moss, and the market speaks. You're going to have to pay that man $20 million.
Yes.
And then turn around and still pay Jaquan McMillan, and then turn around and pay the quarterback. That's a lot of money out there.
That's a lot of money.
So they're hoping that Jahdae Barron can do his part by the end of this.
Agreed.
So they don't have to pay Riley. That's my only thought, unless they want to get rid of Jaquan, which they're not going to do.
Man,
he's cheaper than Riley Moss because he's playing the nickel position, not the outside.
Yes, but even he is looking for $16-17 million.
From what we've heard,
yes. And I'll give my buddy credit. Zach Stevens, DMVR, spoke with his agent and reported that that's what J-Mac's looking for. And the running rate for Riley is $20 million. So, like, if you want to have an awesome defense and keep this, arguably the league's top defense together, well, what's the going rates here? And so do you really want to roll the dice in a Super Bowl window to get cheaper in a passing league because you don't want to pay your corners? I mean, you're paying your wide receivers. You got $200 million deals on there.
But the wide receivers have proven themselves. Riley Moss still needs to prove that he can do this year in and year out.
And if Riley Moss needs to prove it and he's your starter, what does Jahdae Barron need to do?
But he's a first-round draft pick, and he's under contract for another 2 years where they don't have to pay him but a rookie deal. That's the thing about it, Z.
Right, but you're in a Super Bowl window. It's a gamble. It's a gamble. This is going to be a real calculation of how much risk do you want to take with the strength of your football team. And I'm just, again, I would love, and this is real, I would love to come in here and talk about Jahdae Barron reading a ball from Bo Nix and picking him off the way that we did with Chris Abrams-Drain yesterday.
But John A. Barron had a good play, and then you went back and said it was behind, and that's why.
Phil, was it?
It was a little behind. But there's been multiple times with Riley Moss where the ball has been behind as well, and we sit here and praise the man.
But I have a larger sample size. Riley Moss is playing great. You agree with that?
He is.
How's John A. Barron playing?
He's getting better.
Okay.
He's getting better.
Okay, good. Good.
All right, if you had a chance, you can only sign one. Jaquan McMillan or Riley Moss.
Riley Moss.
Damn, you didn't even think about it.
No.
I'm
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Keep going.
Because I'm saying because you're going to have to pay Bo Nix next year. So you're going to have to give up a couple of defensive players that are getting paid a lot of money or want to get paid a lot of money because you can't pay everybody. You would go for Riley Moss right now from what you've seen over Jaquan?
Yeah, because I think an outside corner is harder to find, and I think that when you have the defensive player of the year on one side, you have an understanding of the number of, the sheer volume that's going to go that guy's way. And Jahdae Barron, I haven't seen any signs that he's capable of doing that job at a reasonably high level, and I'm going to continue to gather more information.
Yeah, we're still in this.
Very much so. And I think that there's a much better chance that Jahdae Barron can replace J-Mac than Jahdae Barron replacing Riley Moss. Do you find yourself agreeing with that?
I mean, look, the outside cornerback position is one of the hardest positions there is to play. Left tackle, quarterback, cornerback. We talk about that all the time, outside cornerback. But you can't give up a good nickel. That's why the Denver Broncos paid Chris Harris Jr.
Yes.
Because he could be a game changer.
And J-Mac has been a game changer.
And he has been. He's
literally.
The reason why, literally. He's the reason why we were able to get to the FC Championship game because he snatched the ball out of Brandon Cook's hands. Riley Moss, on the other hand, okay, if he goes through another year where he's getting penalized, well, he's hurting the team.
Yeah, he's got to clean that up,
no doubt.
He
is hurting the team. So if that happens, which could happen again because he is still handsy, okay, and it's just a cornerback thing, and they're going to look at him, the referees are, and they all talk. And the first time that they think Riley Moss is being too handsy, they're going to throw that flag because they all talk. We're going to be booing Riley. I would keep Jaquan McMillan because it is hard to find a really good nickel, and I would go out there and get a veteran cornerback if I need to do that, see?
And if you're going out and getting a veteran cornerback, you're going to have to pay for it.
Yeah, but not $20 million. Not $20 million.
How much? How much? 15?
I mean, a good vet cornerback that's not 30 years old, but he's like 27, $10 million. Give me that.
No. They're going to pay Riley. Riley has developed to the point. Like, who's having a better camp than Riley Moss?
Okay, Z, but you got to go through games. You're ready to just announce him next PS2.
No. I understand, and you're right about this. You have to let it play into the season. You have to let it play. Like, you're not signing him this summer, I don't think. Would it shock me? No, but I don't think. I think you let it play into the season. Okay, so go through this exercise with me.
Yeah.
Who are the best cornerbacks with the information that you have right now? The best cornerbacks on this team. You start with PS2. Who's the second best cornerback?
Riley Moss.
Okay, who's the third best cornerback?
Chris Abrams-Drain. Chris Abrams-Drain is balling out, guys. And now people may not want to hear this because he's quiet.
He's playing very well.
He's playing well, man. And if you would ask me today who should be the third cornerback coming off the bench if something happens to PS2 or Riley, it's Chris Abrams-Drain.
Not Jahdae Barron.
He's not ready for it.
Phil, I wholeheartly agree. I don't even have to think about it. I don't have any evidence that Jahdae Barron can do this job at a reasonably high level. I don't. And the Broncos gave their vote on that last year with the position that, they were ready to move on from J-Mac. And thankfully, they obeyed their eyes, and the better guy played. But, yeah, to me, like, Jahdae Barron is bringing it up the rear. And this is the 20th overall pick in the NFL draft, and I'm just luckily, and we haven't talked about Jahdae Barron in 2 days, so the last time we talked about him was on Monday. And as I said on Monday, luckily, this is not a Paxton Lynch style swing and a miss. Luckily, you have some good football players playing those premium positions. It was not a position of need last year on draft night. It just wasn't. And so it was a luxury pick, and it could be a luxury miss.
It could be. I'm not ready to give up on my man, though.
I'm not giving up on him with the information that I have. If we're going to have real, authentic, productive conversations.
No doubt, he's struggled. He has struggled. But he's young. He at times what I have heard is he can be immature. And I think now
this is Jade.
Yeah, Jade.
Okay.
And now it's a rude awakening of, hey, man, this is the league.
Yeah.
And they don't care about your draft status. Sean has said that multiple times now.
Correct.
They don't care about the draft status. They care about you being productive on that football field. And what I saw today was a better version of him. Now, I don't want to sit here and have the kid gloves on, but I'm trying to look at this as, okay, he's been on the inside all year. They're having him on the outside against the best receivers. He's flooded a little bit. He's frustrated. Now he's starting to kind of understand and get used to what it is like to be on the outsides. Maybe he's talking to Riley. Maybe he's talking to PS2 just a little bit more to understand that position. And now he's trying to be more aggressive. He's coming down. He's breaking on the routes now. He's trying to get the interceptions and being more aggressive. There was a play where he came down, Z, and you talked about it. You remember that.
Yeah.
And he comes down and he missed it.
Yeah.
And he's like, my bad.
Yep.
I love to see that, though, because it's like, hey, man, if you're going to go out swinging. Be more aggressive.
Yeah, and we saw him a handful of days ago just playing way off coverage, almost with the fear of getting beat over the top, and guys are just turning back towards the ball, and even balls that were late, he was not even in the frame to get to. Look. You could look at this conversation of glass half full or glass half empty. All right, the glass full version is, man, Riley Moss is awesome right now.
Yeah,
J-Mac is awesome right now, and that's in addition to PS2. And this is a luxury. You can come in and be a dime, a player, and that's fine. The glass half empty is, man, you could address a lot of other things with this football team, and you drafted this guy who you referred to as the Crystal to take over J-Mac. He didn't come close to doing it. He's not coming close to doing it. And it's looking like he is in the HOV lane to not playing again on a regular basis for the Denver Broncos. And so how do you want to look at it? It's up to each fan to decide. I'm just thankful that this is not a, like when they drafted Garrett Bowles was going to be the starter. You had no other place to turn. When they drafted Noah Fant, we knew Noah Fant was going to start.
Oh, yeah,
right?
we all knew that.
First round tight end, he was going to play. And in this situation, thankfully, you are not vulnerable and have to play Barron before he's ready. Because I'd be pretty worried about what it would look like with him out there right now in a game of consequence. Game of consequence.
From what we've seen out there so far, like the opposing team, they're going to try to get their best receiver on Jade Barron, as they should.
Yep.
Just like they're going to do it with Riley Moss, because Riley Moss is the weaker link if you're going to talk to
PS2.
Yeah. Right? So, but Riley is having a great camp. One of the best camps of his short career so far.
Yeah.
And he's turning heads, and he's dominating, pass breakups, more aggressive, he's stickier, he's hanging with the receivers. The referees are out there, and the refs are not calling flags on him.
No.
It's a great sign, ZB.
It is. Here was Sean Payton after practice, what he likes about Riley Moss.
Oh, I think there's a little grit and toughness. He can bury the last play. He knows he's going to get a lot of traffic and attention. I like his toughness. I think it's a tough position to play, and he doesn't back down at all from that. His confidence doesn't wane. That's a really good trait.
And you see how it's like bang, bang, bang. This is what I like about Riley.
Yeah.
And he's just being authentic. Here is the answer about Jaquan McMillan. What do you like about J-Mac?
I think when I see someone who's really good at taking the ball away, I see football IQ. And then someone who's playing with good leverage, it's easy to say, take it away. But sometimes if you're not in a position, you're just catching up, trying to make a tackle. I think he's a great study. And
then when he's asked about Barron, it's a lot of like gray area, And so again, Sean's not going to rip any of his players, and I don't want him to rip any of his players, right? But you have to listen closely. How effusive of praise do you get? Is your answer 9 seconds or is it 23 seconds? And he's being specific on what he likes. This reminds me of your former coach and uncle, Vance Joseph, who during the 2017 preseason, and it may have persisted into 18 as well.
Uh-huh.
No, 17. So you were a senior in college, getting your butt kicked.
We weren't getting our butts whooped at that time.
When Vance would be asked about Paxton, it was, man, he's a tall guy, and he's got a big arm, and he's fast. And then he'd be asked about Trevor Siemian, and he'd be like, well, Trevor processes. Trevor can read defenses. He's accurate with the ball. And like one guy, it was talking about the physical traits and the tangibles, and the other guy was talking about the intangibles. And I think to a maybe lesser degree, and you have to be more of a detective here, to a lesser degree, that's what we're hearing when Sean talks about Riley Moss, when he talks about J-Mac, as opposed to when he talks about Barron. And I think it's a litmus test of kind of where we're at. I'm not giving up on Barron.
No.
I'm not giving up.
Barron needs to go out there during this preseason, and he needs to make some noise on the outside. Pass breakups, getting downhill, right? Riley Moss is physical, like Sean just got done talking about. He's gritty. He's tough. He's going to make tackles. Riley had over 50 tackles last year as a cornerback. He doesn't care about who you are. He's coming down to hit that ass. All right, now, can Jahdae Barron do that? Can Jahdae Barron be aggressive, or does he tighten up and give up these big-time plays? So these preseason games are going to tell us a lot about where Jahdae Barron is as an outside cornerback.
All right, a really, really interesting conversation that's got positives, more positives than negatives when it comes to Moss and J-Mac and PS2. And then for me personally, just a little bit negative, not seeing some of the things that we would have liked to see from the 20th overall pick from a year ago in year 2. Okay, you can hit us up, RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043 if you want to react to any of that. Our YouTube chat powered by Sean Ponda. We're still going to give away Zach Bryan tickets during today's show. You are not going to want to miss that. But there was one guy out there that got more applause and approval from the fans in a way that was so unique, and it might be the literal last guy you thought. We'll get to it next.
The Broncos' new stadium timeline is already at risk. But who deserves the blame if Burnham Yard falls apart?
If this thing does move out of Denver, it will not be on this ownership group.
No.
It'll be on this whole process that we were told a year ago was very thorny. And you deal with politicians and bureaucracy and consultants, and eventually they could just say, you want to know what? The juice ain't worth the squeeze. We're going to Lone Tree, which was described to you and I a month and a half ago as plug and play by someone within the Denver Broncos.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday. Of course, it's Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. So let me, tell you guys about a time I almost messed up. My wife and I's anniversary was coming up, and I waited too long. Shocker, right? I walked into Williams Jewelers kind of stressed out, not really knowing what I wanted. And I'm here to tell you that the Williams family just slowed me down. They walked me through every single step, showed me the stones, explained the cuts, the quality, stuff I had no idea about. And I walked out of there with a big smile on my face because I bought a necklace that made my wife cry. The good kind of cry, though. That's a game winner right there. Here's the thing. Buying jewelry is like picking your team. You don't just go with anybody. There's too much money on the line. You go with the people you trust the most. Williams Jewelers is Denver born and raised. Just like me, family owned, family run, and they treat you just like family the minute you walk through those beautiful doors. They're Denver's first family of fine jewelers, and they have 2 locations for you. One's Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue, and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to let them know that Phillip Lindsay sent you when you step through one of those doors.
You worked hard for your money. It's time your money worked harder for you. Open a 7-month CD from Wings Credit Union and earn a guaranteed 4.4% annual percentage yield with just a $500 minimum deposit. It's one of our best rates of the year, but like all good things, it won't stick around forever. Get started today at wingsco.com/CD special. Let's figure it out together. Rate accurate as of July 31st, 2026, and subject to change without notice. Subject to eligibility. Insured by NCUA.
Hey Denver, Zach here. Need foundation repair, waterproofing, crawl space repair, egress windows, or concrete work? Trust Homestrong to get it done. They can even turn your crawl space into a finished basement in weeks. Visit buildhomestrong.com. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
Here's the deal. The government is over $38 trillion in debt, which means the IRS isn't slowing down. And the tax code is complex and unforgiving. So it's not surprising if you're one of the millions of Americans that owe back taxes to the IRS. Unfortunately, they're the world's most powerful collection agency, with the ability to garnish your wages, seize your bank accounts, and even take your home or business. But don't be stressed or worried any longer. We're Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. We have resolved over $3 billion in tax debt for our clients. Our award-winning professionals deal with the IRS every single day, protecting our clients and preparing them for the best possible resolution. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, give Optima a call today.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey, Rob Biandino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled about 7,000 cases, over 300 trials. Man, I see so many bad stops on these DUIs, unlawful arrests, the police putting body cams off. The evidence is sketchy. We got to go get the evidence. We go find those cameras, the stores, the ATMs, the banks. We got the experts to challenge their breath tests, their blood tests. My office has over 100 years experience at this stuff. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com or 720-706-5151.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
And we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Most families get their financial advice in pieces. A financial advisor here, a CPA there, an estate attorney somewhere else. Everyone means well, but nobody's talking to each other, and those gaps can work against you. Trajan Wealth's family office brings wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning together, not as separate conversations, but as one coordinated system built around your life, your goals, and the people who matter most. Ours is a true family office, not one that refers you out because it's convenient. This kind of dedicated collaboration used to require a 7-figure net worth, but here's the game changer. Trajan kicked that door open. Trajan advisors are fiduciaries, always obligated, always honored to act in your best interest. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax.
Summer weather can be full of surprises. If your home has been affected by the recent storms, trust a local professional roofer with decades of combined experience. Golden Spike Roofing is here for all your repair or roof replacement needs. Call today for a free inspection and estimate for roofing done right down to the last nail.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Dental phobia? Consider Sedation Dentistry with Clarkson Dental. Their highly trained team will lead you through an exceptional dental experience from that first fearful call all the way through to aftercare. Call the most experienced sedation dentist and staff. Clarkson Dental, ColoradoSedation.com.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com. Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, The Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it! All righty. It's the 3 count, brought to you by our friends at Homestrong, Colorado's foundation repair and concrete experts. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong. All right, a really funny moment out at practice. And I do mean funny, like half of the media like openly laughing at what was going on. So I felt a little bit bad for the fans out there today. I'm not gonna lie. All right. So 1, the pads came off, and then 2, to keep field, I think they're calling it field 2.
Yeah.
Fresh. They went to field 1, so the furthest field away from the fans, plus an unpadded practice is like, dang. Okay, but that's gonna happen. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right?
I mean, but the fans were just dead because of it, man. They wanted a little bit of excitement in their life.
Well, when they did get really excited, and I was happy that they had this moment, despite how niche it was. So we're watching, what were they doing, 7-on-7, I think, in front of us?
Yep,
or
7-on-7, yeah.
They're doing 7-on-7 in front of us, so we're in front of the field where they are. And we're hearing, like, these bursts of, like, people, like, collectively, 1,000 people at the same time. And I'm like, what's happening over there? I'm like, I don't see anything. I'm like, I must have missed something. Maybe they're reacting to something that happened over here.
I thought it was me walking by.
No, it was not. I can confidently report. And then it happened again. I'm like, wait, they're cheering for Will Lutz. And Will Lutz kicking it from 50. And then he'd move it back, 55. And then he'd move it back, 60. And then he'd move it back, 65. And then he'd, like, I swear he was like a WWE entertainer in this moment. He's looking at the 1,000 people who are just looking at him, and he would, like, fake like he's going to bring it closer to the inside, and then he'd look up at him. He'd shake his head. No, we're going further back.
Let's go.
Yeah, this dude was kicking 70-yard field goals, and the crowd was absolutely loving it. A fun little niche moment from practice.
Oh, and that's what it's all about, right? It's a boring day of practice. You're looking at the kicker, and the kicker gets to have some fun. He gets to have the day. He gets to shine a little bit. Now, I will say this. Will Lutz's longest kick last year was 57 yards. My man was booming 70-yard field goals today.
Yeah.
Which is it's easy to do when nobody's in front of you, but it was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was. And then what happens?
What happens next, ZB?
Lutz is done, and someone wants to tag themselves into that world.
A guy who thinks he's a kicker.
It's big old Malcolm Roach, who takes the ball and the little, what do you call it, little tee
like
thing.
Tee it up.
And so Malcolm Roach brings it in, tries to kick a 25-yard field goal.
He kicked one before during OTAs.
He did. Good memory. Malcolm Roach, in front of no fans, but in front of just the media, did kick a 25-yarder. And from what I understand, Malcolm Roach had to, like, kick a field goal in high school or was the field goal kicker. He's got some sort of intersection with kicking. But homeboy right now does not look like a kicker. Maybe that one guy, who is the one, the big old kicker from college, or am I thinking of the fat quarterback from Kentucky?
Penn State had a big kicker.
Yeah, they did have a big kicker. They did have a big.
He laid somebody out too, didn't he?
Well, anyway, Malcolm Roach attempts this field goal, and when I say Malcolm Roach field goal looked like Phillip Lindsay off the tee at Murphy Creek.
It was straight. It was straight through the right.
Oh my gosh, he missed it so badly. It was so funny, and he just like kind of flopped on the floor.
Just falls to the ground.
Really funny moment from practice by a couple characters, apparently.
1, 2.
All right, shifting gears here. Do you see Justin Herbert and his recent fiancee Madison Beer going viral after showing some PDA after Chargers practice?
I saw that. That's cute. All right, you're at football practice. You're done. You're the franchise quarterback. You decide you want to have a picnic. You decide you want to sit out there, eat something, and have your significant other. Now, they're engaged.
They're engaged.
Like, stroke your little chin.
It looks like she was, like, putting her hands through his hair.
Yeah.
It was honestly like something like you would see on like a sitcom of like about a quarterback, like a high school quarterback that's like dating a cheerleader. They're sitting after practice. She's like rubbing her hands through his head.
He's just like admiring her. Like, I just love you.
Dante, you see this? Do you see this? What do you?
Oh, I saw it. It was very funny, especially because he's so not outgoing in his interviews and basically everything. He like avoids the media when he goes out to practice. Sometimes he'll wear a different jersey. So for him to be on the field showing that kind of PDA, I don't just. Big leap from what we know about Justin Herbert prior.
These women,
they change.
They change us.
They change.
They change us. All right. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
All right. This story, I'm almost like, is this true? Is this real? Akron. Okay, Akron football. They play in the MAC, I believe, the Mid-Atlantic Conference, the Mid-American Conference it is. That's like Buffalo, Toledo, Eastern Illinois, those kind of schools. But
Bowling Green.
Akron, Bowling Green, yeah. Akron is having a promotion to sell more season tickets. And among the people that buy season tickets, one lucky fan will be able to, and I can't believe this is real, one lucky fan will be able to script the opening drive in the team's home opener.
You're lying.
Are you kidding me?
Come on. Stop. No, you're lying.
Dante, apparently there's an asterisk Tell us what we need to know here.
So there is an asterisk on the promotion that they put out with exactly what you said. One lucky fan will be able to script the opening drive of the home opener, asterisk. And then at the bottom, if you go to the asterisk, with the head coach, of course. This hasn't been done before, but we're not that crazy.
Okay, so you're going to have some sort of influence.
So you get to draw the play up, and if the coach likes it, you're going to run it out there.
I guess so. Or maybe I bet you this is how it's going to go. It's like sometimes I'll trick my kids and present options to like give them a choice. So I'm like, okay, what do you want to do first? Do you want to do teeth or do you want to do bath? You pick. And they're like, ooh. Let's go bath. And I'm like, both are going to get done. So so maybe the coach is like, hey, which of these 5 plays do you like here?
But what if somebody says, I want 3 runs in a row? Are you going to really listen to that?
No, but if you don't present 3 runs in a row, like now you're not working with the coach. So it's like, hey, I like on first down these 2 plays. You pick between these 2 plays.
Okay, yeah.
I could see it going like that.
I mean, that's something that I can get down with, although I still don't like it. Literally a fan gets to choose the plays. What if the quarterback gets picked the first play of the game?
Yeah.
I'm blaming the fan.
Dude, wasn't there a league like this where fans got to like vote in on it? Like Terrell Owens was playing in it. Like the fans got to like.
Johnny Manziel was a part of it too, and then like he scored a touchdown and pulled out a joint. Like,
is that right?
Yes. Z, go look at it. I'm not playing.
How did I not see that?
He throws a touchdown, then he goes into his pocket or his sock and pulls out a joint and lights it.
Stop.
Go look at it. Unless it's some AI stuff.
And you would fall for it.
Look at it.
You would fall for it. We'll have to do some recon on that and confirm
We'll
that.
play you guys drawing up first, though.
I'm doing an end around to Noah Fan.
Oh, don't do it. You should have saw all of our faces when they called that play.
Oh, my God.
Like, this is how we're going to start the year, right? Loss of down.
Oh, my gosh.
Giving a rookie an end around, a tight end at that.
Dude.
Come on.
Talk about a bad tone setter for a season. That was Rich Scangarello.
Come on.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Shifting gears here away from Broncos just for a minute. We have, at long last, an NFL football game tonight. All right? We'll talk about some of the dynamics. You know 2 of our team members are playing it. We'll tell you what side we're on and talk about this Hall of Fame class of legends coming up next.
It's Training Camp 2026 Unfinished Business. Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth will kick things off starting at 6 a.m., powered by Applied Future Technologies. Then Dover and Cecil will react live to all the action until 2 p.m. thanks to Denver Roof Pros and Beyond Dino Law Firm. At 2, The Drive will recap the day thanks to Aero Seal Colorado. Stay locked into Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and DenverSports.com for all the latest news and information during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. On behalf of my friends at American Financing, let's do some honest math. The interest rate on your credit cards, 20% or more. Your mortgage rate, much lower. So why are you sending hundreds of dollars a month to credit card companies when your home's equity could wipe out that debt? That's exactly what American Financing helps homeowners do. And they're doing it every single day for people just like you. Consolidate, collaborate, conquer. The average customer saves around $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants are licensed in all 50 states. No upfront fees, no obligation. Stop financing your past and start funding your future. Call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Skip this year's Front Porch Roofing Circus and bring in the local professionals.
Visit us at DenverRoofPros.com.
No matter if it hails, rains, or snows, nobody knows your roof like the Denver Roof Pros. Hey!
Hey, Mr. C, it's me. Well, I just picked up the ring. I actually went to Hellsberg. Thanks for that recommendation. Kate's gonna love that hers is from the same jeweler you got Mrs. C's ring from. They were so helpful throughout the whole process. They even knew your family by name, and the ring looks great. Anyways, I just couldn't wait to let you guys know. Call me back and wish me luck.
Hellsberg, designed with care and craft since 1915.
Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
At Gebhardt BMW, they're proud to serve their clients and deliver the luxury experience you expect from BMW and the Gebhardt family. They have immediate availability and flexible transportation options to accommodate your busy schedule. They also offer one-stop shopping for all your BMW needs, from maintenance to repairs, window tint to clear mask, and light body and wheel repair. They really are a one-stop destination for all your BMW needs. Gebhardt BMW, your trusted family dealership in Boulder since 1975.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here, and if you're over 50, there's a good chance you're dealing with an enlarged prostate. Waking up at night, weak stream, all of it. Here's the good news. PAE, prostate artery embolization, is minimally invasive, done through a tiny pinhole, and you're home the same day. Most men who have PAE don't experience any sexual side effects associated with conventional prostate surgery. At Colorado Advanced Endovascular, their experienced team offers specialized prostate treatment with near zero impact on sexual function. Lakewood location, personalized care. Visit coloradoae.com.
Most camera installers don't offer a guarantee. Vantage does. It's called Capture or it's free. If a Vantage system misses an incident in a zone they identified during your threat zone analysis, they'll refund the entire install. That's the kind of guarantee a company can stand behind, because your security system is designed around your property first, not pulled off a kit shelf. Invest in real security for your home. Call Vantage at 720-366-7759 or visit vssicolorado.com today. Terms and conditions apply.
As Coloradans, we know how important it is to protect our homes. And unfortunately, wildfires are a reality here. It's Zach, and that's why I trust 5280 Exteriors, a two-time President's Club winner offering Class A fire-rated products designed to help protect your home. Thinking about upgrading your outdoor living space? Now's the time. Purchase a new deck during the month of August and get free solar railing lights. No payments and no interest until 2027 for qualified buyers. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by Roller Auction.
Garth Brooks is coming to Denver. The Blame It All on My Roots Arena Tour hits Ball Arena September 4th and 5th, and you don't want to miss it. General tickets are on sale now, but here's the best part. We're giving you a shot to win tickets. Just head to the DenverSports app and enter for your chance to win. Don't have the app yet? Now's the time to download it. Get entered, and we'll see you at the show. It's Training Camp 2026. Unfinished business. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, powered by AeroSeal Colorado.
Happy Thursday to you. Hanging out with you. Talking ball, reacting to Broncos practice. We will get back to it here in earnest in just a couple minutes. Before we do, though, man, we have, you know what? And I'm not embarrassed to say it. What's going on? I am excited that football is back in the form of the Hall of Fame game. And I know there's wide spectrum of opinion on this, and I'm just glad that I'm going to watch human beings suited up in NFL.
I was going to say hit each other.
Jerseys and helmets and cracking pads with referees with a national television camera on them. I know exactly how little this game means. but it's just such a welcome sight for these eyes that haven't watched NFL football in what feels like a very long time.
ZB, to us fans, us normal folk, it may not mean a lot. But for those young players out there, because it's going to be a bunch of young players, not a lot of vets are going to be playing. Remember that year when the Raiders had the Hall of Fame game and they put the running back out there?
Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
Yes.
And it was like, what in the world are you doing? That was insane.
Yes.
Usually this is a game where you put all the young bucks in there, and this is their time to shine. This is their time to establish themselves as a backup, as a depth piece, try to make this roster. You're on the roster bubble. Maybe you're a practice squad player. So they're going to be flying around. They're going to be trying to knock each other's heads off. It's going to be fun football. And it's football in general. Like, we've been waiting for this moment. It's finally here. Nobody's going to cramp my style. So, Will Peterson, if you're going to be upset, okay, and mad because I'm happy, then that's on you. Don't bring that stuff my way.
Oh, my God. And if you didn't hear it yesterday, go back and listen to the Drive podcast, hour number 4, about midway through, where we have it out with Will Peterson about the Colorado Rockies. It is a pretty hilarious conversation. Dante Gomez, will you be watching the Hall of Fame game tonight?
Of course. It's my hometown Cardinals playing,
There
too.
we go.
That's
First
right.
taste of Carson Beck.
Yeah, so typically, and we were talking about this at practice today, yes, we are going to bet the Hall of Fame game, okay?
Of course, you have to.
And I just own it. I don't shy away from it at all, at all. I love gambling on professional football. America loves gambling on professional football. And the strategy here through the years for me and my boys and someone like Dante, and sounds like you're a syndicate, you look at the depth chart at quarterback because you know the starter's not going to play. The backup's probably going to start the game, and then whoever the third-string quarterback is going to get the bulk of the reps. So who's got the best third- and fourth-string quarterbacks? So it's the Carolina Panthers against the Arizona Cardinals. Truly one of the worst matchups you can cook up, and I can't wait. Bryce Young is obviously the starter. Kenny Pickett is the backup in Carolina, and you know who the third string is? You get nightmares of him running down the field on the right side, knocking off your buffs. It's Haynes King from Georgia Tech.
Oh, here we go.
Yes.
Haynes King.
Yes.
He's known to run the ball with the Georgia Tech offense. He was able to throw the ball at the end of that year, last year. So that's going to be interesting to see how he can do throwing the football, ZB. So what is his over-under then?
I don't know if there's personal props out for him.
Okay.
I would guess not. But on the Cardinals side, for Dante's Cardinals, Jacoby Brissett there is the starter. The backup is Gardner Minshew. Now, I don't know if Minshew will play. I think it's just Carson Beck is expected to start. And then
Keaton Slovis will come in.
Slovis.
USC quarterback.
Yes. He is in his second year, I believe. I think he was a rookie last year. I think he was at USC a few years ago. But regardless, man,
Sounds like a big-time matchup.
It's a huge matchup, bro.
Right, here we go.
I think what you have to decide is who do you like better, Haynes King or Carson Beck? And I'd say give me Carson Beck. Give me the Georgia Bulldog.
I mean,
and,
look.
and Miami Hurricane.
I don't know what's been going on over there in Arizona, but there's been a lot of hate going Carson Beck's way. And Harris Jr. as well, where it's just there's clips, Harrison Jr., there's been clips of them just messing up, dropping the ball, not having the right throws. So there's a lot of hate going their way. So I'm going to go with Carson Beck. I think he's going to have a good night tonight. I think he's going to have a couple touchdowns, and he's going to have opportunities out the butt to be out there all day long.
What do you think, Dante? What do you like tonight?
I like the Cardinals. I like their backup quarterback situation a little bit better. Haynes King never – I guess Carson Beck hasn't either, but Carson Beck had a much better college career than Haynes King did. So I think – maybe Arizona uses some of that hate they've been getting as fuel.
Yeah, and Haynes King, not a natural thrower of the football. Carson Beck, I think, more of a natural thrower of the ball.
Beck also competing for the starting job somewhat. I think he has a real avenue to do that where Haynes King knows that he's pretty buried on the depth chart.
Yeah. The over-under is 34.5, I believe. That is a really low number, but not for this time of year. The Hall of Fame game kind of hovers around this. Wouldn't shock me at all if this is a 13-10 affair here. It wouldn't shock me at all. The Pro Football Hall of Fame class that Sean Payton is going to be at this ceremony on Saturday in Canton, Ohio. Drew Brees, Roger Craig, famously the first ever 1,000 guy for the San Francisco 49ers, 1,000-yard rusher and 1,000-yard receiver in the same season. We've seen that only twice since then. Do you guys know who has done it twice since then? What players? 1,000 yards receiving, 1,000-yard rushing.
McCaffrey did it, right?
Christian McCaffrey a handful of years ago, and
Was it Jahmyr Gibbs?
nope. Hall of Famer himself.
Oh, Marshall
Daniel
Faulk.
Tomlinson?
Marshall Faulk.
Yeah, Marshall Faulk.
Phil is on it. Phil is
I
on
should
it.
have known that.
The rest of the class, Larry Fitzgerald, one of the most sure-handed receivers we have seen in the history of the game. Luke Kuechly, and then arguably the greatest kicker of all time, or you could say inarguably, this is Adam Vinatieri's year to go in. Just a bunch of legends right there. That is a really good class of Hall of Fame players. Good for them. And then Sean won't be at the scrimmage on Saturday.
No.
Because he'll be attending the ceremony in Canton.
You do remember when the Denver Broncos with Vic Fangio, his first year, we went to the Hall of Fame game. We were a part of that.
Okay,
And
hold
we
on.
played in it.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought, because I do want to do a little story time. All right, going back to the last time the Denver Broncos were in this game, and plus other observations from today's practice coming up next.
All right, I pinky promise.
J.K. Dobbins pinky promises he'll play 17 games, but
now you have to lead the league in rushing, bro.
Right,
You
right.
should have kept your mouth shut. You should have showed us, and then at the end of the year, dunk on all of our heads and said, look at what I just did.
Right.
Making these promises that don't mean anything because you devalue it with your own words saying, oh, I know I said that again last year. So then why are you saying it this time around, dude? Do, and then say, don't say and hope to do. His mouth is writing checks that his body has not been able to cash his entire NFL year. Right. So when I get that check, I go, oh, yeah, I'm just going to rip this up and throw it away.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Most home sellers get one offer. It's somewhere between lowball and not good enough. Orchard changes that. With Orchard's new Orchard offers, you don't just get one offer. You get multiple cash offers from serious investors all competing for your home. That's right. Make investors compete with Orchard's cash offer marketplace. Here's how it works. You work with an Orchard agent who submits your home to their exclusive network of hundreds of local cash buyers. They come to you with offers. You review them all and pick the best one on your terms. So you don't have to settle on one offer or worry about leaving money on the table. You see every offer side by side. That's how you know you're getting top dollar. Orchard offers means no repairs, no showings, no drawn-out process. Before you accept any offer, see them all first. Get a free home valuation and see your offers today with Orchard Offers. Go to Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com.
Hey, it's Phillip Lindsay here. Do you need a new roof, gutters, or exterior needs? Monarch is your one-stop shop, backed by 16 years of experience and over 10,000 satisfied customers. Their in-house insurance team fights for you, and their white glove service means every detail is handled with care. Competitive pricing, award-winning craftsmanship, and the only roofer the Denver Broncos chose to endorse. A proud member of Team Dave Logan, make the call to your home team, Monarch Construction and Roofing, the official roofer of the Denver Broncos.
I'm Sam, owner of Marino's Landscape. With my Chase Ink Business Premier Card, I earn unlimited 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more. So everything I buy to run my landscaping business gives me cash back to help throw a big thank you party for my team. For all they do.
Chase Ink. Cashback built for every business. Find the right card at chase.com/ink. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Attention Ram owners. Did you know you could get $500 for Recall 67A without leaving your driveway? With new mobile appointments, we'll come to you. We'll finish the simple software update in under an hour, and it won't affect your truck's performance. Plus, you'll get an extended warranty worth thousands. Make a power move. Schedule Recall 67A today at CumminsRecall.com.
Common Spirit Health has expert orthopedic care that gets you back at it and back to your best. Find skilled orthopedic physicians at Common Spirit locations who specialize in general orthopedics and repair of hips, knees, shoulders, and hands, so you can return to running races or chasing the grandkids. Common Spirit Health. Hospitals, clinics, and caregivers all connected to advance healthcare in Colorado, Kansas, and Utah. Orthopedic care with human kindness is here. Visit mountain.commonspirit.org.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. What if you had the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years guaranteed? Thanks to Xfinity, you don't have to worry about that part of your future. Now through August 24th, get the best price on gig Wi-Fi this summer before it disappears. Just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. You're guaranteed 5 years of super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from online threats and finds and fixes issues before you even notice them. No annual contracts or commitments, no hidden fees, and the best equipment included. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 2 years. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity, imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable. Learn more at Xfinity.com/same-day Wi-Fi.
Experience the new $3 Pepper Jack Steak Burrito and Decadent Melty or Crisp Fresca. Limited time at participating stores while supplies last. Prices vary. Tax extra.
This segment on The Fan is brought to you by Homestrong, Colorado's foundation repair and concrete experts.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. Powered by Regen RX. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay. It's Training Camp 2026, Unfinished Business. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, powered by AeroSeal Colorado.
Let's get back to Denver Broncos practice. We were out there today.
Get back to the action.
The pads were off. All right, they went pads on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm pretty sure it's against the CBA to go more than 3 days in a row with pads.
Yeah, that or Sean Payton giving him a sugar day.
Day.
We know Sean likes his sugar days. No, I think it's the CBA. You got to take care of the players. You're paying all these guys a bunch of money to be available for these games in the start of the season. So you're trying to do as much as possible to take care of these guys so they're healthy to play.
Yeah. We'll get to some of the observations here in just a second, but you had a memory jog at the end of that segment because I brought up the Hall of Fame game, which is happening tonight, and it's Cardinals and Panthers. All right, so super sexy matchup.
As my son would say, the Panthers.
The Panthers. You played in a Hall of Fame game before.
I did, so I didn't play in it.
You
I had the luxury to sit there, chew on some sunflower seeds with Vic Fangio his first year as the head coach for the Denver Broncos, 2019. 2019, and we're playing the Atlanta Falcons. I think it was, and it came down to Juwan Winfrey, my former teammate, not just with the Denver Broncos, but he was with me with the Buffs.
Yeah,
having like a one hand or was a big-time catch at the back of the end zone to win the game. Everybody rushed the field, and it was a fun time. It was a fun time because I didn't have to play in the game, so I got to just go around, see the rich history of the Hall of Fame, get to talk to the people who were being inducted was Pat Bowlen.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Pat Bowlen,
Right.
And Champ Bailey.
And that's why the Broncos were playing in the game.
Yeah, and if you guys also remember who sung the national anthem.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Who sung the national anthem? Wait a second. Wasn't it like a former player?
It was.
Hold on. Oh, my God. Hold on. Was it a former Bronco?
It was a former Bronco, yeah.
Was it Shannon Sharp?
No.
Hold on a second. Oh, my God. This is going to drive me nuts. This is like trivia.
Maybe we should use it. Maybe we shouldn't say anything.
No, because it's out there now. Oh, my God. Who sang the national anthem in 2019 before the Denver Broncos Hall of Fame game? Dante, your wheels are turning back there.
I think I actually saw the video today on Twitter. So I don't want to say because I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Hold on a second.
So I'll give you another
Give me
guess.
5 more seconds.
Great dude.
Oh, my gosh. Help me out.
He's a Hall of Famer. Let me just give you that one. We'll give you 5 more seconds. Hall of Famer.
A Hall of Fame player for the Denver Broncos that sung the national anthem before the 2019 Hall of Fame game.
I believe he was on the Super Bowl 50 team.
Yeah, he was.
Oh my God!
Big part of it.
I'm gonna beat myself up over this. On the Super Bowl 50 team. Oh my God, I'm so upset at myself. Dante, who is it?
DeMarcus Ware, right?
It was DeMarcus Ware.
D-Ware.
Oh, my God, that's right. Oh, my gosh.
I was like, D-Ware, why are you going out there singing the national anthem? Why?
Oh, my
And it's hard. We all know it's hard to sing the song.
Dude, it's hard to sing anything.
That's true.
You sing on the air. You're a lot braver than me. Like, I'll do it once in a while coming back from break if I really like a song. Like,
I'm no good at singing, but it's fun. But like singing the national anthem in front of everybody?
Oh, my gosh.
Ooh-wee. You remember?
From what I remember, it wasn't great.
It wasn't. It wasn't Fergie, but it wasn't great.
Right.
It wasn't great either.
It wasn't Fergie. God, it's another deep pull. Man, so I remember that game. Juwan, it was Winfrey, right?
Juwan Winfrey.
From CU caught the game-winning pass. You guys won 14-10. But earlier in the game, Winfrey dropped a crucial third down. I say crucial. I mean crucial for him.
Yeah.
You know,
a player that's a 6th-round draft pick trying to make the team. Yeah.
Yes.
Everything matters. Everything counts.
And he came across the middle from right to left and dropped this third down ball. And I remember coming in here the next day or when we got back on Monday saying, even though he caught the game-winning catch, if you're in his position, the higher leverage moment, because who cares about the result of the game? The higher leverage moment is you going across the middle and catching that ball on 3rd down. It might even been 4th down. I don't remember. But 3 quarterbacks played for the Denver Broncos that day. 3 quarterbacks. Let's quiz you. You were there.
Yeah.
Spitting seeds.
Brett Ripien.
Yeah, Brett Ripien started the game.
Okay. Was it Hogan?
Yes.
And
Kevin Hogan.
No. Did he just get elected into the Hall of Fame for college or for his university?
Stanford Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Dante, which one is it? His Stanford?
Stanford Hall of Fame.
Okay,
cool.
yeah, man. My man was good in Stanford. And so it was Hogan.
Yes.
And the third one. It wasn't Drew Lock.
It was.
Was it Drew Lock?
It was, and Fangio made him go 3rd, despite being a 2nd-round pick, because Kevin Hogan, I believe, was undrafted or a 7th-round pick, had been in the league for like 1 more year, and Fangio, I remember getting up to the podium and being like Hogan's the incumbent, and like in boxing, he goes, you have to knock out the champ. And I'm like, wait.
Come on, Vic.
So in this analogy, Kevin Hogan is the champion? That Drew Lock needs to.
The champ is here.
What are we doing with the semantics? Let's go. Let's go. Drew Lock. Here we go. But yeah,
didn't Sean do that to Bo though?
He did.
Bo go in number 3, or did he go in the second? The second.
I think he went 2nd after Jarrett Stidham. I want to say
because it was Stidham number 1. It was no because Zach Wilson, and then Bo, because it was a 3-person competition now. Remember when we were pissed off? Obviously,
yes, it was a complete sham. I mean, it was semantics. I mean,
that's something that Sean would do, like a hierarchy, right? You're a rookie. Like, do not be surprised if Jonah Coleman does not get in until the end of the game. Like, I would not be surprised if Tyler Bidet and Jaleel McLaughlin get in before someone like Jonah Coleman, just because it's the first game.
Yeah, you may be right.
It's the first game.
Yeah, you may be right. I'm trying to remember that first game that of the Bo era was against the Cardinals that will play tonight, and they lost by a point. Oh, I'm trying to. I don't remember. I honestly don't remember. Okay, practice today. What did your eyes tell you about what you saw from the running backs?
The running backs today, they ran the ball a lot more, which is kind of confusing because the offensive defense did not have pads on. So it's like, okay, if you're going to get work when you have the pads on so you can get an actual feel to what it's going to be like in a game. The live action is what's going to help you out in games. Closest thing to game action is practice with pads on, and yet they did not do it today. No big deal. It is what it is. You're keeping everybody healthy. CBA rules.
Yep.
But I do like what I'm seeing out of Jonah Coleman. And it's something little, but at the beginning of practice before it all started, there was 2 fields, and usually they do that. When you're a rookie and you're the depth, you're the backups, you're on one field and the starters are on the other. It happened with me as well. It was me and Royce Freeman on one field and the starters on the other. And you kind of know how it is. Well, today, Jonah Coleman was on the starting field. It was JK, RJ, and Jonah Coleman. And on the other field, it was Tyler Bidet, Jaleel, and that was it. There was one more. So that's telling me right there that Jonah Coleman's kind of moving up the ladder. They like what they're seeing out of him in pass protection. They like what they're seeing out of him running the football in between the tackles. That's something that he's brought in to do. And I'm watching him, and he's getting that one cut, get vertical. He's a violent runner. He's low to the ground. He is doing a good job with pass protection, although there hasn't been a lot of it. He's identifying the right guys.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest part of the job, is making sure you know who to block. And so, yeah, man, ZB, I like what I see out of him. RJ Harvey's another one. He's starring in his role. I'm not looking at RJ Harvey as this guy who's going to run in between the tackles. We know he's going to run outside. We know he can score a lot of touchdowns. He did it last year. But he's getting more comfortable and more confident in his role as a pass-catching back. And today was another reason why I'm saying this is there was a wheel route yet again, like yesterday, and it was against a linebacker. He beat the linebacker, and it was a 30, 40-yard touchdown from Bo Nix to RJ Harvey. That's what you want to see. RJ Harvey is starting to get comfortable just catching the football like Alvin Kamara has done for many years, EB.
Here was Sean Payton after practice talking about the challenging parts for RJ Harvey when it comes to pass blocking.
Technique's one thing, and I think that's the easy part. The challenging part is, the front and the pieces, who the line's going to, who are you left with. And if you're not careful, you just get left staring in the backfield, and you should be out, right? In other words, so being able to get into the pattern and then recognize where the pressure's coming from and then how to see it. Usually those back-end safeties are gonna move to where the pressure is coming from. All of that is part of it. But I think the technique, if they have the stature, and he does, that part you can quickly polish up on.
That part you can quickly polish up on. Who would you? I'm putting you on the spot. No pressure and
all the pressures. DB, I love all the pressures. Tell me, I'm Bo Nix. Tell me what you want.
Well, it's one of these things that I'm going to ask you about a rookie player, and we don't know what it looks like actually with the lights on.
Yeah.
But if you were to guess, who's going to be better at pass blocking, RJ Harvey or Jonah Coleman?
I'm going to go with Jonah Coleman hands down. One, looking at his film, he's comfortable and confident pass blocking in general. All right, he's willing to go out there and put his nose into a defender. He's willing to be aggressive and physical. That's something that I think there in Washington they worked on a lot, and he's doing it here in practice as well. He's not afraid to get down and dirty. He's not afraid to get physical, but also he's identifying the fronts. He's identifying who's coming off the edge for the second blitzer if he has to pick him up. He's doing the little things the right way, and now he has to go out there during these preseason games, which there will be some time where some of these guys will come on blitzes, and it's preseason. So sometimes the head coaches will get together before the game and say, hey, coach, I want to see a look. Are you willing to do that for me? And they'll do it sometimes. And so you have to keep your eye on Jonah Coleman when it comes to pass protection. I think he's going to do a hell of a job, and it's going to start this first preseason game, ZB. Give me Jonah Coleman.
All right, I like it. If you want to react to any of these conversations, you can hit us up on the RamosLaw.com text line 303-713-1043, as well as our YouTube chat powered by Sean Honda. We are giving away Zach Bryan tickets here shortly, okay? Within the, call it next 30, 40 minutes. I mean, we get to decide, but I'd fairly say before the top of the next hour, so don't go anywhere. Someone is going to get hooked up to Zach Bryan next Friday with a pair of tickets, so keep it here. All right, shifting gears, we heard after practice from Riley Moss as well as Courtland Sutton, and the Courtland Sutton situation, what exactly is going on here? Because it's evolving. We'll get to that next.
The Rockies were busy at the deadline. Two-time Gold Glover Brenton Doyle shipped to the White Sox. Longtime rookie Antonio Senzatella dealt to the Brewers. And the hard-throwing reliever Victor Vodnik is headed to Miami. 3 deals, 6 prospects coming back to Colorado. What does it all mean for the rebuild? And did Colorado do enough? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here talking to the fellas about intimacy, all right? It matters. It actually matters a lot. But when erectile dysfunction gets in the way, it can be maddening, even embarrassing. Unfortunately, it can be even isolating for you and your partner. Your partner can begin to blame themselves. Guys, do not let that happen, because the truth is, it's 2026. Most guys don't have to live with ED anymore, all right? And at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, they use advanced medical science with success rates well over 90%, all right? They've served the Front Range of Colorado for nearly a decade. They've successfully treated tens of thousands of men, All right, so I hate to break it to you, you're not that special. ED is actually pretty common. The initial visit is just $99. That includes a medical consult, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. Guys, if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit's free. That means there's no downside. So stop living with ED. It's nearly a choice at this point. Call Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, 720-440-7900, or visit them online at RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
You worked hard for your money. It's time your money worked harder for you. Open a 7-month CD from Wings Credit Union and earn a guaranteed 4.4% annual percentage yield with just a $500 minimum deposit. It's one of our best rates of the year, but like all good things, it won't stick around forever. Get started today at wingsco.com/CD special. Let's figure it out together. Rate accurate as of July 31st, 2026, and subject to change without notice. Subject to eligibility. Insured by NCUA.
Summer is a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your tan or abs. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to decades of thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and it can even grow for life. Did I mention Advanced Hair even guarantees your new hair will grow? Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during Advanced Hair's best offer ever. The summer sales event is on for a limited time, so schedule your free consultation and get the details today. 720-459-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results with Advanced Hair. Your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and get your savings details while still available. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Hi, I'm Donnie, owner of Fitness Gallery, where we believe there's nothing more important than your health. We've just celebrated our 27th year in business. Thank you for your continued support.
Hey, Broncos country, I'm Terrell Davis. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. Work out on your schedule from the privacy of your own home.
At Fitness Gallery, we have the nation's lowest prices on the highest quality products that stand the test of time.
Imagine this, no more wasting time in traffic, no more crowded gyms. And here's the touchdown play, get your family involved. Your health is your ultimate MVP, and I know staying fit is not always easy. Whether it's Rod, Carl, or myself, we shop at Fitness Gallery, and you should too. With the right equipment at home, you can train like a pro whenever it suits you. You never regret buying quality. Fitness Gallery sells commercial-grade equipment for the home. It's simply the best.
Invest in your health and happiness with Fitness Gallery. Visit one of our 7 store locations for a free home gym layout and design today.
When disaster hits your home, it's game time. Water in the basement, fire damage, mold creeping in. Don't sit on the sidelines. Call Able. Able Restoration is your first round draft pick for emergency response, mitigation, and full rebuild. We move fast, protect your property, and fight for you with insurance start to finish. This isn't practice, this is your home. And when it's time to step up and protect what matters most, bring Able to the table. Call 303-590-5600. That's 303-590-5600. Go Able. Bring Able to the table.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. Here's what I love about my guys at Natural Tree Care and Recycling. 3 years, and they've never let me down. Not once. Aaron, the owner, is a Colorado native. They're locally owned, and he treats your property like it's his own. They've protected my trees throughout this drought. They've kept everything looking beautiful. No job too big or too small. So if you want someone you can actually trust with your trees, go to naturaltreerecycle.com. That's naturaltreerecycle.com, or call them at 303-803-3850 and tell them Zach sent you.
Call 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now or go to carsforkids.org.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. When I'm looking for a place that delivers big on flavor and has an awesome atmosphere, I head to Jack's, locally owned with locations in Denver on Pearl Street and the new flagship in Lone Tree and Park Meadows Drive. Jack serves premium Australian Wagyu, incredible seafood, and chef-driven dry-aged specialties. Grab lunch, enjoy social hour from 3 to 5, or make it a date night. And don't miss the Blind Tiger Speakeasy, Jack's, where upscale meets comfortable.
If you've been injured in an auto accident, Dr. Joseph Ramos is both a doctor and a
lawyer, combining legal and medical expertise. He can help. Ramos Law, the official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. RamosLaw.com.
Hey Denver, Zach here. Need foundation repair, waterproofing, crawl space repair, egress windows, or concrete work? Trust Homestrong to get it done. They can even turn your crawl space into a finished basement in weeks. Visit BuildHomestrong.com. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
Want real Broncos talk? Cecil Lammy and Andrew Mason bring the heat on Orange and Blue Today. The most passionate intelligence and in-depth Broncos coverage in the game. Weekdays at 5 p.m. on the Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Hit subscribe at Denver Sports 104.3 and never miss another take. Orange and Blue Today, powered by Ramos Law, official injury law firm partner of the Denver Broncos. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Training Camp 2026. Unfinished business. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, powered by AeroSeal Colorado.
Little Steely Dan here on a Thursday, looking back at Denver Broncos training camp practice. A week from now, nearly a week from now, we're going to be setting the table for our expectations for the first preseason game.
Man, it's flying by, ZB. It's coming here fast. They're going to have a game here soon.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to be prepping next week. Will be a lot more prep. Saturday, they'll have a scrimmage. Will they be able to go through first, second, third downs, some fourth downs with some punts, things like that? That's usually what you do with your first scrimmage, and then you go from here.
You go from here. All right, shifting gears a little bit. All right, the Courtland Sutton situation, I don't even know what to call it. The Courtland Sutton conversation, the Courtland Sutton situation, I'm not sure. But 3 days ago, starting on Tuesday, Court was not out there for practice number 6. And we were told it was a vet day. Cool.
No big deal.
Yesterday, which I believe is practice number 7, he also wasn't out there again. And that was unusual. I didn't know what it was, but the only thing I know, it was unusual to have back-to-back vet days within the first week of camp. And I've been doing this a very long time. Well, I shouldn't say very long. I've been doing this a long time, nearly 2 decades. And so I have context. You have context of playing in the NFL for a half decade. You know what this looks and feels like and what's normal, what's not, what's unusual, what's not. And then today, things, in my opinion, just kind of got weird because Courtland wasn't out there for a 3rd day in a row. And Sean Payton, speaking after practice, says that it's just another vet day and he'll be back out there tomorrow. But he also said yesterday that Sutton will be back out there tomorrow. How do you make sense of this?
Yeah, I mean, look, the first day you said somebody's on a vet day, cool. I can get down with that. The second day, I'm like, oh, okay, why are you going to give somebody 2 days in a row and call it a vet day? Usually you don't do that. I've never heard about that, especially at the beginning of camp. Maybe towards the end, you're trying to rest your players, but not early. And then you go 3 straight days where Court's not out there. Now he's out there, but he's not physically out there running around. Now I'm getting a bit concerned. What is going on? And what the first thing that goes to my mind, the first thing that's going through my mind is he's banged up a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe something got tight. Maybe it's a hamstring. It's sore. It's tight. He's not feeling right about it. Why push it if you are feeling that tightness, if you are feeling that soreness? And today, after going through walkthrough/jog-through, he jogs to the other side of the fields, like the far side, far left side, which is the injury field, and he started to do sprints with Bo Lowry. And so what that's telling me is he's banged up a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's over there doing sprints because he's not going to be with the team today, which he wasn't. He wasn't out there during a real practice, 2-hour practice, running routes. He was on the sideline because he wasn't available for whatever reasons, EB.
Yeah, and we saw him like on one knee for an extended period of time talking through something with Bo Lowry.
Yeah.
And so, okay, Sean Payton asked about it after practice. This is what he said.
No, it's rest. He got some walkthrough tomorrow. He'll be back.
What was
just our protocol? Our protocol.
Just our protocol. And like protocol on what though? Just rest. But he rested yesterday, and he also rested the day before as well.
You told us yesterday that he was going to be back today.
That's right.
And now you're changing up, talking about protocol when you're the guy, like you get to decide these rest days.
Right. And then so after Sean got up there and addressed the media, all right, so did Court. And we'll play what Courtland Sutton said about it coming up next.
If Davis Webb and the Broncos offense is the top storyline of the season, then close behind is
this defense forcing more turnovers than they did last year. And the impact it will have on this defense, on this offense, and on this overall team if they're able to, law of averages, improve on the measly 14 turnovers that they forced last year, and what it would look like if they improved by 10, 12, never mind if they doubled it and got upwards of 28 or 30, which is where the league leaders actually live.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. On behalf of my friends at American Financing, what if next month looked different? What if instead of robbing Peter to pay Paul, you had one clear payment and money left over for the things that actually matter? If you're a homeowner, that's not a fantasy. American Financing is making it happen. They're not going to judge you. They're here to help you. Everything is more expensive right now, and you're spending more on the basics than ever before. American Financing's salary-based mortgage consultants will give your paycheck a raise by lowering your debt obligations. Their average customer savings is $800 a month, and you may delay 2 mortgage payments, and you may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there's no upfront fees. There's no obligation. We all want to live without stress. Your home's equity could help you do this. So call them at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
When you see this in your kitchen,
The stainless steel fridge is covered in fingerprints.
you hear this.
Leslie, people are going to think you were raised in a barn or by wolves, or raised in a barn by wolves.
Fortunately, Wyman Stainless Steel 3-in-1 cleans, shines, and protects to give you the best shine. A spray and a wipe will have your fridge shining like a mirror.
Wow, my fridge looks brand new. Your fridge looks amazing, Leslie. Sorry, I was being a little dramatic earlier.
Your kitchen says a lot about you. Let it brag with Wyman.
And Doug. Limu and I created a trick to help you remember that you can customize your car insurance and save with Liberty Mutual. You see, the shirts Limu and I wear are yellow, and yellow is the color of lemons, and lemons grow on trees, and trees provide oxygen, and oxygen helps us breathe, and breathing is how you live, and you can live more life when you save money by customizing your car insurance. I agree, Limu. It's really quite simple. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Hey guys, your boy Stink here, and if you're a guy over 50 dealing with an enlarged prostate, you need to know about PAE, prostate artery embolization. It's minimally invasive, done through a tiny pinhole, and you're back home the same day. Most men who have PAE don't experience any sexual side effects associated with conventional prostate surgery. At Colorado Advanced Endovascular, their experienced team offers specialized prostate treatments with near zero impact on sexual function. Top-tier radiologists, boutique setting, personalized care in Lakewood. Go to coloradoae.com.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for nearly 50 years, my firm has been fighting for seriously injured car accident victims in Colorado. Serious accidents demand serious representation. We dig into every detail of your case, and we don't back down until we get you the maximum compensation you deserve. If you or someone you love has been seriously injured in a car accident, call the Wilhite Law Firm today at 303-GOOD-LAW or visit wilhitewins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or visit wilhitewins.com.
Is your financial advisor offering you up to a 25% upfront bonus? And are they promising you up to 9% growth per year, all for your retirement income? If not, then you need to come to Trajan Wealth. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. And if you plan to retire within the next 10 years, don't wait only to find out it's too late. I've seen hardworking folks like you retire only to be required to go back to work, all because their advisor told them guarantees like these were too good to be true. They aren't. That's up to $25,000 upfront or up to $9,000 per year on $100,000, guaranteed for retirement income. Don't keep working when you're supposed to be retired, and don't let any financial advisor tell you it's too good to be true. Unlock your Trajan family office at TrajanWealth.com or call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company. DBA in most states has Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
Old water heater, don't wait for a cold shower to tell you it's time. Call Local Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, your trusted experts for plumbing, heating, and cooling. With experienced technicians, upfront pricing, and 24/7 availability, they're ready and local when you need them. Don't wait. Right now, they're offering $500 off a water heater replacement. Call today or schedule online. LocalPHCHelp.com. That's LocalPHCHelp.com. Local Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call Local.
Happy birthday to you.
Colorado's turning 150 years old this month, but if your windows are failing, that could be costing you money on energy bills. Intense summer heat can cause failed seals, drafts, and condensation. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton can help. Gravina's Window Center of Littleton brings over 50 years of expertise. Save 25% on Infinity by Marvin Windows. Call Gravina's Window Center of Littleton today, or visit them at windowsforyourhome.com. That's windowsforyourhome.com.
Recall 67A mobile appointments are now available in your area. We come to you quick, easy, and under an hour. Complete the recall to get $500 plus a warranty worth thousands. Schedule today at CumminsRecall.com.
You know what I could really go for right now? Literally anything that comes in a McDonald's carton, wrapper, or bag. Or a McDonald's cup. Yes, any of those items should do it.
Summer just got even sweeter with soft drinks under $1 at McD's. Get any size soft drink, like a Coke, Sprite, or sweet tea, just 99 cents. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hi, Dan Cicchini, Done Right Home Improvements. For an 8% scheduling incentive and a special financing rate of 0% APR with 72 equal monthly payments, go to drhi.com. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors, finished basements, windows, and doors. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right.
It's Training Camp 2026. Unfinished business. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, powered by AeroSeal Colorado.
All right, so the Courtland Sutton conversation, it's a little bit unique, for sure. I mean, definitely unique.
Is there something to see here or nothing to see here?
There's definitely something to see. I mean, in your life, have you ever heard of 3 straight vet days within the first 8 days of camp?
No. Even Demaryius Thomas, who was playing for a very long time, I remember VJ having a meeting with everybody saying there's going to be days where there are vet days. Now, it's not going to be 2 or 3 days in a row, but there's going to be certain days that we want to see the young guys and the older guys like Demaryius Thomas, rest in peace. He's going to get a day off, but not 3 in a row, ZB.
Yeah,
that's very uncommon.
Yeah, it's very uncommon. I've never heard of it, quite frankly. This was Sutton on having another vet day after 2 previous vet days, and the forecast for his body through the season.
This year kind of got ran into the ground going into the end part of the season, and with us, ultimately wanting to get to where we want to get to, playing in February. It's a long season ahead of us. Just trying to make sure that the body stays as fresh as possible, as long as possible. And, I know everyone gets all anxious and excited about, ball is back, and we got opportunity to go see guys, see us go run around and everything. And the different narratives get drawn out, this and that, whatever. But like I said, I try to be a good soldier, try to be whether it's something that I want to do or not, I just try to be a good soldier so that, at the end of the day, I'm doing what's best for the team and, putting myself in the best position to be able to, have a fresh body going into the long part of the season.
I'm trying to be a good soldier.
They're holding him back, ZB. They're holding him back.
And that's what he is kind of framing here, that I want to practice. They're telling me you can't practice, and I'm trying to be a good soldier. Honestly, I want to say something different than what I'm about to say, but just with the context of covering training camps for 17 years now.
You think old Court's lying?
No, we're just missing something. Here's the only thing I know. It just doesn't pass the smell test. It just doesn't. I don't know what's up. And there's theories being floated out there that, hey, Zay Flowers got paid on Monday morning 15 minutes before the Broncos went out to practice, and Courtland Sutton has not practiced since. And there's this thought that he could be holding out for more money, and he did this 2 years ago.
Yeah, he has done this before. Courtland Sutton has held in, and because his money wasn't right, he ended up getting incentives because of it. He didn't get an extension at the time, and blew that out of the water. And then next year, the Denver Broncos had to pay him the big time contract. So he's fresh on this contract too, by the way. Courtland Sutton.
Right. But I just wonder if we're just gonna look. Let me just say this: I don't think that's what's going on with Courtland Sutton. I don't. But if it's worth talking about, because we've seen him do this before, and he and his camp do this before, is there a possibility that his agent, Jacob Presser, Milk and Honey Sports, says, hold on a second. Hey, I know you love the Broncos, and the Broncos love you, but the market has evolved around you, and you are in a different classification than what you're currently being paid. Because if you look at Zay Flowers, he's got 2,000-yard seasons. He's done it back-to-back years. Courtland Sutton has 3,000-yard seasons, but he's got 2 in back-to-back years. They average nearly the same amount of yards per catch, all right? And then you look at touchdowns. Zay Flowers in the last 3 years has 14 touchdowns. Sutton in the past 3 years has 25 touchdowns. We're talking about, over a 3-year period, a double-digit difference in touchdown catches. So while I do not believe that's what's happening here, to think that it is at 0% is probably a little bit naive, considering we have seen it.
You also brought up something a while ago, and then you brought it up again today with Will about maybe another reason why Court may want some more money if that's the case. I'm with you. I don't believe that's the case. I think it's Court dealing with some kind of tightness and them trying to hide it and them trying to make sure he's okay for the season. And then also, we have to understand, guys, the receivers are dropping like flies. All right, Waddle was dealing with an injury. He's limping around.
Yep.
All right, today, Marvin Mims landed on his shoulder. Okay, we don't know how severe that is. So your guys that you're relying on, they're starting to get banged up already. And so maybe you're trying to protect someone like Court when he comes up with some type of soft tissue soreness. You want to kind of nip that in the butt before it really gets going.
That's what I think this is. I do not think that he's holding out for more money. But it's worth mentioning, and you just sort of referenced it in a veiled way. A few months ago, I forget how long it was, out of nowhere, the Denver Broncos, out of the kindness of their own heart, put more cheese on the Whopper of Pat Surtain.
I needed them there when I was playing, Z. Just because you look good, I'm going to give you more money.
Dude, like this idea of no, this is your contract, this is what you get paid, and the fact that you're now below market rate for your stature of a player, that's good for us. But the Denver Broncos were, again, they just showed up at his door, big check, and said, here you go. Now, was there some posturing from Pat's agent saying, hey, look at the landscape now. My guy's the 6th highest, and in 10 seconds he's going to be the 7th highest.
Do him right now.
And so, we don't want to go down that road. Just do the right thing and pay my guy more out of thin air. And they did. And I remember saying at the time, and it had more to do with Jalen Waddle than Courtland Sutton, because when they acquired Waddle, one of the reasons that was cited is that the contract that he is currently on is below market value for his stature of a player, so they felt comfortable giving a first-round pick. To which I said, wait a second, are you creating a precedent with Pat Surtain that if Waddle comes in here and goes for 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns, he's like, wait a second, I'm on a 3-year, $84 million contract. This should look like 4 years, 130. And I saw you do it to my teammate. Now it's my turn. My mouth is open.
Exactly.
And so, but again, I don't think that's what's happening here with Courtland Sutton. I don't. I think it would be a miscalculation, considering who I think is behind him. All right, Pat Bryant, guys, kind of like the Spurs. Kind of like the Spurs. Pat Bryant reminds me of the Spurs because throughout the last year, the Spurs are coming. The Spurs are coming. No, that wasn't true. The Spurs were here.
Well, but
Pat Bryant's coming. Pat Bryant might be here.
Okay, I'm glad you said might be. Might be. He is having a hell of a camp.
He really is.
He's shining every day. He shined today. He had a couple really good catches. And he's not just playing the receiver position. He's still doing special teams. Like, my man is all over the place, which is a good sign. It means he's not a me player. It means he's willing to do whatever it takes to, one, be on the football field, but to help this football team win a bunch of games. I like me some Pat Bryant like you, but I know he's in a battle with Troy. But I will say this. Every time we step foot on that field and watch practice, Pat Bryant is making plays, and Troy Franklin has been kind of quiet. So that's something I'm paying close attention to.
Thank you for that admission.
Look at you.
Early. Pat Bryant has guys. There has not been a day where Pat Bryant hasn't shined. I'm just here to
him and Bandy
relay the facts. No, it's true.
No, Bandy has been balling too.
But Pat Bryant, it just looks like, man, he's here.
I'm not going that far.
He's here.
I'm here.
I'm telling you. So, but just to again report what we saw. Courtland Sutton did walk through.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't practice.
No practice.
When actual practice started, Court went to the Greg Dulcich Memorial Field and worked one-on-one with not a football coach, with Bo Lowry.
Yes.
The head strength and conditioning.
And it was a couple sprints. It wasn't like 5 to 10. It was probably 3 or 4, and it looked like he was testing something.
Yep.
And after a couple sprints, he took a knee, and him and Bo Lowry, Courtland Sutton and Bo Lowry had a good conversation.
Yeah, lengthy.
And then they were done.
Yeah.
They were done. Court didn't practice for the rest of the day.
Yep.
Waddle was on that field too, working on his knee or whatever's going on with him. It looks like a knee.
Yep. Here's what I think is going on with Court. I think he's being honest with a little something he feels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, a little something. And he feels like he can practice, and they're like, dude, no. I know you want to practice, but you told us that you're feeling a little tightness here or there. You're feeling something a little bit like whatever the case.
We can't lose you. We cannot lose you at the start of this season. Do you know the schedule? Did you see the schedule?
Right.
You have to be ready to play.
So it's being framed like, vet day. No, there's a little something going on. And if you have deduction skills and an actively working brain, it's not a cluster of vet days in a row the first week of camp. It doesn't work like that. He's going through a little something. Hopefully we see him out there. But yesterday, Sean said he'll be out there today. He was not out there today. Today, he said he'll be out there tomorrow. So all good for now, and we'll just continue to monitor the situation. At what point, though, does the stacking up now of injuries start to be like, okay, I'm a little bit uncomfortable, and we'll review the latest, okay, because there is a new name that is now mentioned in this conversation as of today. We'll tell you who that is. We'll hear from Sean Payton, and what do you think our biggest takeaway was from today's practice? We'll get to all of that as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk coming up next.
The Broncos' new stadium timeline is already at risk. But who deserves the blame if Burnham Yard falls apart?
If this thing does move out of Denver, it will not be on this ownership group.
No.
It'll be on this whole process that we were told a year ago was very thorny. And you deal with politicians and bureaucracy and consultants, and eventually they could just say, you want to know what? The juice ain't worth the squeeze.
Let's do it!
We're going to Lone Tree, which was described to you and I a month and a half ago as plug and play by someone within the Denver Broncos.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, to get 30, to get 20, 20, 20, to get 20, 20, to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Visit mintmobile.com/radio. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan required. $15 per month equivalent. Taxes and fees extra. Initial plan term only. Greater than 50 gigabytes may slow when network is busy. See terms.
On BritBox, your next hidden gem is right around the corner.
If you're going to be bold, here is the place to do it.
Get ready for Britain's most anticipated series, streaming exclusively on BritBox. Catch new seasons of favourites, including Ludwig, starring David Mitchell.
You want someone to get murdered?
And the eagerly awaited new adaptation of Agatha Christie's iconic detective duo, Tommy and Tuppence.
Do you think we're actually really good at this?
Stream the best of British TV on BritBox. Watch with a free trial.
If your home has a walkout basement and you're wondering what you can do with it, let Ron Givas from Denver Deck Builders give you some ideas.
If you want to be able to access the outdoors without having to go down a staircase, you can go right out your back door onto your deck and use it. And we can put a patio outside the basement door as well. It just depends on how you want to use the space. We just try to figure out what the customer wants and help meet their needs.
Start planning your family's outdoor living space with Denver Deck Builders. Go to ddbonthefan.com.
I'm Galen, co-founder of Brooklyn SolarWorks. With my Chase Inc. Business Premier Card, I get unlimited 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more. So everything we buy to run our solar business gives us cash back that we put back into the neighborhood, donating solar panels to community gardens.
Chase Inc. Cash back built for every business. Find the right card at chase.com/inc. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
Don't care for my local hometown team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Don't get fooled by out-of-state private equity corporations that are buying local HVAC companies, offering higher prices, bad service, and shady sales tactics. Don't trust your home to someone out of state when you have the best company right here in town. ROX are experts in local energy rebates and tax credits to save you money only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
Hey, this is Rob Biandino at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled 7,000 cases, over 300 trials. If you've been injured in a car accident or property damage, you need our help. I handle all my cases personally. I know all the medical experts, all the damage experts to get you the most for your injuries and your damages. If you're injured in an accident, call me. I will go to war for you. The insurance company knows that I'm a trial lawyer. That will get you more money, a better settlement at the end of the day. Give me a ring, 720-706-5151. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com.
Any jewelry store can sell you a diamond.
But there's only one family jeweler in Colorado that was literally built on them.
In fact, we've sold more diamonds to more couples for more years than any other jeweler in Denver. I'm Steve Williams.
I'm Dylan.
And I'm Shayna Williams. That's why we built Williams Jewelers of Inglewood, an entire store totally dedicated to celebrating your love.
All the world's top bridal designers, 10 times of certified loose diamonds.
And Denver's true diamond experts, like me, who will share their knowledge and passion and how to get the most diamond for your money, guaranteed.
So whether you're looking for the perfect diamond engagement ring,
or that second diamond celebrating a love of many years,
we have the perfect diamond for you.
That's why every day more couples say will you with Williams,
where Colorado shines.
Williams Jewelers, we can make diamonds a part of your life.
Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
When Vantage walks your property for a threat zone analysis, they don't send a salesman. They send a security pro with years of experience designing and installing these systems. The same pro who walks your property, designs your system, installs your cameras, and picks up the phone 3 years later when you need them. Same team, start to finish. That's the Vantage standard. Invest in real security for your home. Call Vantage at 720-366-7759 or visit VSSIColorado.com today.
Find your next adventure this August in the new 2026 Honda CR-V Hybrid during the Honda Summer Event at Champ Honda. With impressive hybrid efficiency, modern technology, and the versatility Colorado drivers love, the CR-V Hybrid is ready for your daily commute or your next weekend getaway. Champ Honda has one of their largest selections in years, making it easy to find the right vehicle. Plus, with their one price, one person, 1 hour philosophy, buying is simple, transparent, and Champ Honda never charges dealer handling fees.
Since 1954, Lair Fireplace and Patio has helped elevate outdoor living spaces with quality fireplaces, patio furniture, and expert installation. Visit LairFireplace.com today.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery and Monarch Construction and Roofing. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's Training Camp 2026. Unfinished business. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay. Powered by AeroSeal Colorado.
Looking back at the Denver Broncos practice.
Got a really big team.
Are we talking teams?
Are we talking about teams?
Are we talking teams?
People out there are talking about how Colorado doesn't have a big team.
Oh, no.
What in the world's going on?
Not the baby Buffs.
Oh, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Ralphie is getting bigger.
Oh, my gosh.
She's getting bigger.
Just no one runs behind her anymore.
Brandy.
That is a great name. We did hear from Deion Sanders today for the first time. We can get to that here in just a bit. We want to circle back to it. I want to talk about the ongoings at practice. I want to talk about your biggest takeaway, my biggest takeaway. But before we do any of that, at what point do you start to get a little bit, I'll say unsettled? Unsettled. That, look, it's August 6th, okay? Not September 6th. All right, but we are about 5 weeks out from kickoff of game number 1.
Yes, sir.
Close to it. And you look to the left and right of some of the mainstays, some of like these frontline players, and it's an unusual start to training camp given how the health of this team has gone for the last 2 years. So you have Courtland Sutton, who did not practice today and worked on the side field with Bo Lowry.
Yeah.
And he hasn't practiced for 3 straight days. Then you have Nick Benito, who also didn't practice and worked out on the side field.
Correct.
All right. And just because I think this was put out there earlier today, judging by some of the things that I've seen, that just because someone is in a walkthrough and is wearing a Denver Bronco uniform does not mean that they practice.
Yeah, there's been multiple people out there saying, Courtland practiced. No, he did not. He did not take a rep when they were going good on good and they were going 100%. All right, Waddle definitely didn't practice. He may have been over there looking at the plays, but he definitely didn't practice. Nick Benito, another one, did not have his helmet on today. He did not practice. So for somebody out there saying they practiced, no, they did not.
No,
guys, they did not practice.
They did not. So Sutton didn't practice for 3 straight days now. Benito did not practice. Jalen Waddle did not practice. We're told by Sean we'll see him in just a couple days.
I think we'll see him back. He's got a strain. I think we'll see him back in the next 4 to 5 days.
Uh-oh.
Did you hear him? He tried to pull back after the S and the T and the R.
Detective ZB.
Did you heard that, right?
I did. Can you replay it?
He's got a strain. He'll be back.
I think we'll see him back. He's got a strain. I think we'll see him back in the next 4 to 5 days.
He said he got the strain.
I don't know if he said the N in it, but he basically said he's got a strain.
That's what it looks like.
He's got a soft tissue injury.
Yeah, and Waddle, when you're looking at him today specifically, he had a sleeve on. He had the sleeve on the knee.
Yeah, thick
and
one.
he was limping.
Yeah.
He was limping. He wasn't extending his knee all the way. And actually, I think there was some video out there of Waddle walking to the side field, and he just didn't look like he was ready to go. It looked like he was far from ready to go. So I'm not expecting him to be back tomorrow or anytime on Saturday, maybe Monday, he'll start right back up if it's not as serious as it looked out there, ZB.
Okay, so we'll see. All right, so let's just remember that timeline. We'll see him in, 4 or 5 days, something like that. Okay. So you have Sutton, who's currently down for whatever reason. Benito, who's down. Have we been told his injury yet?
No.
Okay. A knee, an ankle, something like that.
Something like that.
So Benito's down. Jalen Waddle's down. The starting center, Luke Wattenberg, once again did not practice. And then you have Ben Powers, who also did not practice in team periods with Alex Pacheski filling in for him. So here we are. And again, it's no panic. It's no pull the fire alarm, but it's also not a good thing either.
Yeah, though with Ben Powers, maybe he did have a vet day. Because Sean has said multiple times, some of these guys coming off an injury, coming off a surgery.
That would make sense.
Ben Powers had a surgery done to his foot. Remember
Liz Frank,
right? And he tore his foot after coming back from his bicep.
Yep.
Which is crazy. That man who's 300 pounds played on a Liz Frank injury, and you're heavy like that. That's pretty incredible. But so maybe he had a vet day. But yeah, ZB, at some point you do have to start to be a little bit more concerned about the health of this team. The Broncos have been able to stay healthy for a very long time now. You need these guys at the beginning of this season. Why? You have 6 games. Then all 6 games who you're playing against could be teams that win a Super Bowl. That's how good these teams are.
Yeah.
And you want your full team together so that you guys are ready to go. Bo Nix needs to continue to be able to build that chemistry with Jalen Waddle. Well, that's not going to happen anytime soon. Courtland Sutton, hopefully he's back tomorrow. If not, then it's going to be a big concern because now something really is up, whether it's an injury or Court's on a hold-in because he wants a contract. I don't think that's the case. I think it's something with the injury or a tightness to his hamstring, something like that.
Yeah, something's up.
But you need to try to keep these guys as healthy as possible so you have a chance to start fast this year, ZB.
Yeah, who amongst these guys are you the most concerned about?
I'm going to go with Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
I didn't like what I saw out there today with him limping around. Now, he's smiling. He understands that it is probably a strain, and as long as he stays off of it, he gets the right treatment, he's going to be ready to go. But if you don't take the proper rest, you can re-injure that really fast. So I'm going to have my eyes on Jalen Waddle because we need him out there. All eyes will go to Jalen Waddle, taking pressure off of Court, taking pressure off of Pat Bryant, Troy Franklin, helping Bo Nix out, getting the ball out of his hands quicker. But Waddle must stay healthy and be healthy at the start of this season. So I'm going to have my eyes on him, ZB.
Yeah.
What about you, man?
Yeah, no, I would say the same thing because you hear strain and it's soft tissue with a speed guy. Like this is... we'll just keep our eye on it. I don't think any of these injuries are really serious, but again, they are coming in a bit of a cluster. At the same time with starting players.
Mims, what's your reaction on Mims?
Yeah.
And what you saw out of what happened?
Yeah. So, and I didn't even mention him with the others. Forgive me about that. Yeah, he had. He went up against Riley Moss in back-to-back plays. And Riley Moss had pass breakups in both of them.
Found out real quick, huh? Don't go up against Riley Boss.
Dude, or Riley Sauce. I mean, dude, so in one of them I thought he probably should have had Mims. Regardless, whatever, it's practice. But on the second play against Moss near the end of practice, approaching the end of practice, something happened to his left shoulder. And he ripped off his helmet with his right arm and chucked the helmet. So think about that. You have Courtland not practicing, Jalen not practicing, and Mims leaving practice with a left shoulder injury. The trainer came right over. They were doing some testing on it, having him raise the hand and do this stuff with the trainer's hand underneath the pad. And I just think like AC joint, collarbone, shoulder, like whatever, all that whole area. So again, it's August 6th. None of it is pull the fire alarm stuff, but it's also not ideal, and it's okay to admit that.
Well, right now you have 3 of your starting receivers, right? Mims, you can still call him a starter. He's a utility receiver, right?
Yeah.
And a guy that you need, but you have 3 key receivers already out. Now, that's good for the young guy, somebody like Bandy, to get more opportunities.
Sure.
You kind of know what you have with some of these guys already. Pat Bryant's going to get more opportunities. That's great for him. Troy Franklin, take advantage of it. You guys are battling for that number 3 spot, but you need these guys healthy. And this is another reason why, ZB, the Denver Broncos are sitting back saying, we're not trading Mims.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Because look how fast these guys are already going down. Look what happened against the Buffalo Bills.
Well, I was just going to say, the Broncos season is starting where it kind of ended, with a banged up wide receiver room.
Yeah.
And so, even before that happened, before the Mims shoulder thing happened, I'm looking at what's going on with Courtland, I'm looking at what's going on with Waddle, and I'm like, it's really fascinating how important Marvin Mims becomes if this room thins out. And it's like, man, are you sure you want to trade that guy? Because football is really hard, and it's a long season, and it's really physical. And at the end of last year, they started to drop. And so
they better get that run game going. Wishbone. Go with the wishbone.
Well, speaking of the, sort of synergy in the passing game, you think about this, right? We were talking about just a month and a half ago, the importance of this training camp to get Bo Nix and Jalen Waddle on the same page.
Yeah.
You have Bo Nix, who had that second ankle surgery and missed the entire offseason. So Waddle is here catching passes from the quarterback who is not going to be throwing him the ball. And then here we are, 4 practices into training camp, and Waddle's not available for Bo. So they're like 2 ships crossing in the night. I'm sure they're going to be able to figure it out, but at the same time, it's one of these things where just like for the absolutely nothing to see here, crowd, which I'm sure is out there, I think these practices are meaningful, especially when these two were not on the same page in the offseason.
It's so important to build that connection in practice. That's the only way you can work on your craft, work on building the timing up with a receiver, with a running back. And now that Waddle's going to miss some time, Sean's saying 4 to 5 days. Well, that's 4 to 5 days that Bo Nix doesn't get to build with Jalen Waddle. It's been 3 days without Court. So now it's like at some point we want to see the whole unit together so we can build the chemistry as a team and we can go out there against the Kansas City Chiefs. And if Patrick Mahomes is ready to go, you want everybody healthy so that you can go out there and win that first game of the year. This is a big-time year for the Denver Broncos, and it starts with the receiver core. Another thing that somebody might be saying, well, why are all these receivers going down? Because they're throwing the ball too damn much. From the start of camp, that's all they did was throw the ball, Texas Tech style. And they're still doing it. Today was the first day that they actually ran the ball. And why is that? Because Jalen Waddle and Courtland Sutton's not available. And then Mims gets kind of banged up there at the end. Like, you must find some type of balance even in practice, because if you're throwing the ball, that means that these receivers are out there running routes. And even though they may not get the ball, they think they are. So they're running at full speed to try to get open, ZB.
Sure. And it was interesting to see the run game featured more when the pads came off. And I was like, okay. So again, just we're making mental notes of this stuff. And newsflash, the run game looked better today as the pads came off.
Shocker, right?
And so
everybody was going for a 60-yard touchdown. Jalil dashing through there.
Yeah. I have a couple follow-up questions about that, and I want to hear your biggest takeaway of the day, and I'll give you mine. We'll do that here. This is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver, and KARS FM Laramie.
The 5 o'clock whistle, powered by Smart Local Union 9 sheet metal workers. Smart Local 9, where pride meets your future.
And we are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive, powered by Regen RX.
Woo! Put me in the game, ZB, especially when you don't have pads on. I don't have to get hit. Maybe I can dash for a 50-yard touchdown, do my dance, get the crowd pumped up like Will Lutz did, and go from there, ZB.
Tell me your biggest takeaway.
Biggest takeaway today is with a running back. It's R.J. Harvey. All right, and I love what I'm seeing out of him out of the backfield. No, R.J. Harvey is not this in between the tackles runner who's going to break a bunch of tackles. He's done it a couple times, but that's not his bread and butter. It's getting to the outside. But also catching out of the backfield, being that threat, the Christian McCaffrey, the Alvin Kamara, that's what you're looking for. And that's exactly what R.J. Harvey has been doing throughout camp. For 2 straight days, R.J. has made an explosive play on a wheel route. Yesterday, it was a pick route that got called back, but it would have been a 50-yard touchdown.
It would have been, yeah.
Today, 7-on-7, Bo Nix being in there. It was another wheel route on a linebacker. The poor linebacker wasn't ready for it. R.J. Harvey gets in behind him and scores another 35-yard touchdown. R.J. Harvey just looks more comfortable catching the football, more comfortable running his routes, and that's something that he's going to be able to thrive on throughout the season, is just catching the ball, being available. Of course, they're going to have to run with him so he's not one-dimensional, but I'm liking what I'm seeing out of him as an RB2 / utility weapon, ZB.
Yeah, and that last word that you just used, weapon, that's a number one word that comes to mind when I think about R.J. Harvey. And I know you referenced it there driving by it, but I don't believe that R.J. Harvey is ever going to be some down-to-down in between the tackles. But his skill set is really useful. And on any given moment, out of the backfield, RJ Harvey can change a football game. And you're seeing just a more comfortable player, a more natural catcher of the football, and it's really exciting. And to imagine, J.K. Dobbins, if he can stay even remotely healthy, right? I would take 12 games. I would take it right now.
I need more than that. $20 million, 8 guaranteed. You got to give me 14.
14?
Give me 14 games.
Okay.
With the help of Jonah Coleman, you got to give me 14 games.
Okay. I mean, that would be great. I mean, that would be sensational. But if he can stay healthy, 12, 14 games, whatever, and have Jonah Coleman there in the fold and have this, change of pace, pass catching back, and then and we haven't talked about this much, and I don't know if today's the day to do it in wholesale, but I'd like to just broach it with you a little bit. Jaleel out there, he still represents a little something different as well. And someone may say, well, he's had his time, he's had his shot.
He's going to be there, ZB.
You think so?
Oh, I'm confident that he's going to be there just from the looks of how they're utilizing him in there. Jaleel still runs well.
He does.
Now, is he what we thought he was going to be? No. He's not the next Phillip Lindsay, but he doesn't have to be. He needs to be available. He needs to be able to pick up first downs. He does run hard. Probably one of the hardest running backs that we have, other than maybe hopefully Jonah Coleman. But I can see a scenario where it's like, we don't know how this is going to go with J.K. Dobbins. We can't bank on it. Although he's pinky promising everybody, he has not been able to stay healthy yet in the NFL. So we need an insurance policy, an insurance guy, and his name is Jaleel McLaughlin. So I can see a situation like last year, the start of last year, where they take 4 running backs and one of them has to sit out and he's not dressing, but he's getting paid to be on the roster. Lovely, right? Like, hey, I get paid, but I don't have to play. I'll take that gig.
Good life.
So I can see a scenario where it's like, we don't necessarily have this roster spot. We want to keep you on the roster. We're going to keep a fullback. But if something happens where J.K. goes down, Jonah Coleman goes down, or even R.J. Harvey, we can plug you in. You've been in the system for a very long time, and you run better than Tyler Bidet right now. So I can see Jaleel McLaughlin still making this roster.
It doesn't sound crazy. It doesn't sound crazy. We'll see how that all unfolds here a little bit later this summer. But that's a good takeaway. My biggest takeaway today is Riley Moss isn't going anywhere. I don't know if I can name a single Denver Bronco who is having a better camp than Riley Moss.
Pat Bryant.
Yeah, no, honestly, that's a good one.
He might be the only other one.
Is Pat Bryant, is he number one? If we're talking about, and we'll do this segment later, but if we're talking about what single Denver Bronco is having the best camp, I do believe the first name that I would submit is Pat Bryant.
Over Riley, though?
It's close, dude. It's close. I mean,
Riley Boss is out there, literally breaking up passes. He's being more aggressive. He had a chance at the beginning of camp to have an interception, didn't go his way. He seems like he's on another level.
Remember he pulled the one away from Courtland?
He did have an interception.
It would have been maybe, I think, offsides on the defense, but that's irrelevant at training camp. You let the play, you let it play out. But, yeah, I mean, Riley has been great. Not good, great.
I go Riley Moss because there's so much criticism towards Riley. And then Pat Bryant right there. It's close. But those two guys are balling. They're very consistent. You're hearing about them. You're hearing their name being called every single practice, and they're not slowing down. Riley wants that contract. His contract is expiring. He has a chance to make a bunch of money. And then Pat Bryant, he's looking at this opportunity where it's like, hey, Jalen's hurt, Court's hurt, or dealing with whatever he is with 3 vet days. Let me go ahead and find a way to get on this football field so that I can get even more opportunities.
But, Phil, even when those guys were out there, Pat was still finding a way to shine.
He was.
I mean, guys, again, obviously, if you listen to this show, I've been super, super, super high on Pat Bryant. Right after the draft, doing a full deep dive.
From day one, Z.
I just love the guy because his floor is so high. I remember telling you last year, I think this guy's going to be a decade-long Bronco.
Then you started saying this man was a star, so the floor can't be. It has to be the ceiling now.
Well, there's floor and ceiling conversation. I taught you that last year with CU, right? You learned out what a floor is. You learned out what a basement is.
I don't have a floor, baby.
Yes, I do believe Pat Bryant is an emerging star. I do believe that. We talked about that yesterday.
He's the replacement of Court, just like Court replaced Demaryius Thomas.
Yes.
That's what Pat Bryant is going to do to Courtland Sutton if everything goes right, which that's just the nature of the business.
Bro,
that's what you're doing. You're drafting to replace.
It's NFL football. It's in the jungle, and it's on the plains.
Yes.
The life cycle of things changing. And, yes, he could in time, like maybe this year, make someone like Sutton expendable next year. That's a conversation for a different day. But in addition to Pat Bryant, like I could make the very real argument Riley Moss is having as good or a better training camp than anyone on the Broncos.
So then why aren't they going to extend him already? Extend him, right, ZB? Just extend him.
I think he is going to get extended. Now, he's going to have to prove it during the season. He's going to have to clean up the penalties. We can hear from Sean on that topic with Moss specifically here in a second. But I think Riley Moss is not going anywhere. I think you're going to get to week 10, 12, maybe during the bye week actually, right, where it comes out that Riley Moss is getting extended. And then you believe that Jaquan McMillan is getting extended.
I do, man. Like, nobody is talking about Jaquan McMillan, but that's a good thing. That means that nobody's catching the ball on him. They're not throwing his way. When you did hear about Jaquan, it was having that fight with Evan Ingram. And the reason for that is, obviously, we think Evan's frustrated. But Jaquan McMillan had great coverage, and he was pushing Evan Ingram around.
Yes.
Jaquan McMillan doesn't have someone behind him battling for that spot. Jahdae Barron's on the outside with Riley Moss. Jaquan McMillan at some point is guaranteed to get paid the bag, and I'm thinking it's going to be before the season starts.
You think before the season starts?
Oh, yeah, before the season starts.
So he's not going to play on that tender?
What more? I mean, he'll play. I think they're going to reward him. I think no matter what, he's like, hey, look, I'm going to play. And I think for them, it's like, we don't have a backup plan. We don't view Jahdae Barron as the next nickel because he's a first-round draft pick. Let's go ahead and sign you to a 3-year deal. I don't know what that's going to look like, ZB, but I think that they're going to have no choice but to sign that man, and they're going to try to get it done before the season starts.
Okay, you don't sound crazy to me. I do not believe Jahdae Barron is competing with Jaquan McMillan. Nothing out at camp has hinted at that. He's not even playing nickel.
No.
You know, he's strictly playing outside. Yeah, right. When he comes in a dime package. But he's also not competing with Riley Moss. Riley Moss is competing with Riley Moss. Jaquan McMillan is competing with Jaquan McMillan. And this is where I have to ask the question or at least approach this topic. And it's not out of the sake of trying to purposely be negative or whatever, however someone will label it. I do not see the path for Jahdae Barron to get on the field on a regular basis.
This year.
This year. But like, if you're talking about extending J-Mac, and that sounds reasonable. The guy's a bona fide playmaker, okay? J-Mac. Riley Moss, I think he's going to continue this. I already think Riley Moss has been a good Bronco who needs to clean up his technique.
He's been solid, yeah.
You know, and I think that what I'm seeing out there, we're not seeing Riley Moss get flagged. We're not seeing that. And the refs are there now.
The referees are out there. They're going to call a bunch of flags anyway because they're new refs. And you're right. Riley Moss is in good coverage. It's man-to-man. They're battling. It could be Marvin Mims and Riley Moss, and Riley Moss knocks the ball down. No flag.
The way for Jahdae Barron, in my opinion, to get on the field here is they have J-Mac play on the tender, and then J-Mac goes elsewhere and gets paid, and then Jahdae Barron becomes the nickel corner. I do not foresee a scenario right now with the information that I have right now, and it's still early, right? We're a week plus into year number 2 for Jahdae Barron.
Yeah.
But this is also supposed to be the undeniable 20th overall pick.
He's the crystal.
Well,
Sean talked about he's not passing on a crystal for a blender.
Well, if I had to guess, the crystal is staying in the cabinet. I don't see an avenue. Here's what I think I know. He ain't playing opposite of Pat Surtain anytime soon. He is not a boundary cornerback. Like
but he is young. This is his first full season, will be his first full season if things go like they want it to, where he's playing on the outside, which is very different, as we always talk about, than on the inside with the nickels. You're going up against the top dogs, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, guys like that. It's going to take time for him to kind of get into that role, just like for Riley Moss. Riley struggled at the beginning of all this. It's just a different pace. So I think that we still need to be patient with Jahdae Barron. And you may say, we don't have time for that. Well, we do because of Riley Moss and what he is doing. Riley still has to go out there and prove that he can be this same version that he has been in camp. And that's very hard to do when you have the referees talking and saying, hey, we know what you looked like last year. And if you get handsy, we're just going to throw it on you, even if it's a good play, because that's just how they're wired to do. You're going to have to fight through that at the beginning of all this and play some really good defense. And over time, just like MPJ did, like you do it enough, you start to stop talking about injuries or somebody being penalized.
Well, I'll say this. If Garrett Bowles can do it, and his reputation, then Riley Moss can do it. he
Yeah.
we saw it happen with Bowles. He had the worst reputation in the entire NFL.
Oh, yes.
And we don't see that version of him anymore. And I'm seeing a different version of Riley Moss out there from a technique standpoint. And I don't know, man. I look at Jahdae Barron and his physical profile. Dude, he's listed at 5'11".
Or was it 5'11"?
But he's more like you stand next to him, like
He looks like he's 5'10".
Yeah, he's more 5'10".
Probably like 5'8", like me.
Dude, he doesn't have a great wingspan, unless the numbers say otherwise. Just my eyes tell me. I don't see like any sort of like physical gifts, and they say how good of an athlete he is. I don't. It doesn't really show up for me, and it didn't really show up last year on tape. And
do you think he had a better practice today?
Yes,
we've been out there for 7 days now.
Yes,
eight
today.
Okay,
yeah.
So 8 days. Would you say that this was probably one of his better practices?
I think it's one of his better practices because I saw him at least do a thing.
A couple things. He's breaking towards the ball now. At the beginning of camp, he seemed like he hesitated with that because he didn't know what he was doing, or he wasn't confident in getting back downhill to break up a ball or just go at somebody. He's doing that now, at least today. It seems like he's more aggressive.
Yep, I agree with you.
Understanding the system, trying to make plays. And he had one where I thought it was going to be an interception, and he didn't get there fast enough. Mims catches the ball.
Yeah.
But I like that he was able to break on that, get downhill, and he was trying to create some type of pass breakup or interception that's telling me he knows that he needs to get going. He knows he needs to be more aggressive.
Yeah, and it looked like even just a few days ago that he was, you don't want to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway, like it looked like he was kind of playing scared. Like there was so much cushion between him and the wide receiver as if there was like fear of getting beat over the top. But then like his close-in stuff.
He didn't finish.
No, not at all. Not at all. So that's good. That's good. It looks like he's taking a step in the right direction. But before today, can you name a single play? Now, this is rep after rep after. Can you name a single play that involves Jahdae Barron in any positive way?
No. I'm not going to sit here and try to lie and make something up. I can't.
Okay.
I can't.
Me either.
Today was the first day where he had a pass breakup. Today was the first day where he was showing flashes of like, okay, the athletic ability. Okay, he understands what he needs to do. And it's a confidence thing, ZB. Because I went back and I watched some film on him the other day. He's played, guys. He played all last year. Now, was it a bunch? No, but he was in these games. All right, he had a couple pass breakups in some of these games.
He did.
He needs to get back to that.
He had the interception against Mahomes that didn't count.
Yes. He needs to get back to just being confident, not listening to the media, and just going back to work. Maybe talking to PS2.
Well, you say not listening to the media. I don't think he's listening.
He's listening.
I don't know. I don't know if he is or isn't, but he's listening to his coaches and where he is.
That's a fact. He is listening to his coaches, and he's looking at the depth chart.
He's not with the ones at all unless he's in a sub package.
Yeah, dime package right there. Yeah.
So like it's again like if you're him and you're walking in those shoes and you were the 20th overall pick, and you have to beat out someone named Jaquan McMillan, who no one was talking about, and Riley Moss, who doesn't look like the other corners in the league.
Look at you. Sleeves, see? It's in the brotherhood.
But these guys are really good football players,
They
man. And like to play in this defense right now in a Super Bowl window, you have to be pretty fantastic at what you do. Name me another starting defensive player who's not pretty fantastic at what they do. And I just, right now, I don't see the avenue for him to be playing like a bulk of the snaps out there. And I think Riley Moss is going to get extended during the year.
Okay, hold up. I got the contract right here, ZB. You have 2 decisions to make, and it's right now. Right now. You can either extend Jaquan McMillan or you can extend Riley Moss.
Why do I have to choose?
Because you have Bo Nix next year that's getting ready to get paid the bag. You can't keep everybody. And let's just say Riley does get extended. It's probably going to be around $20 million because that's the market.
Yes.
Jaquan McMillan, we're hearing maybe $17 million.
Yeah, 16, 17.
So you have to choose one. Just say you can't have it all. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Who are you taking right now?
I disagree with the premise. Okay. I do think you can extend both players.
What are you going to give up? Nick Bonito? Like everybody is
You don't want to know.
paid.
You don't want to know.
Who are you giving up?
Because we go full circle back to where we were at the top of this conversation. Pat Bryant makes Courtland Sutton expendable, and he's on a $100 million contract.
Yeah.
And if you feel comfortable enough to have 2 $100 million wide receivers,
Waddle and Court,
why wouldn't you pay the league's best defense and keep a strength to strength. I think it would be a gamble to throw Jahdae Barron out there in a Super Bowl window because you don't want to pony up for these really good football players. And the cap is you can make that cap is like Robert Williams and Flubber. You can make that piece of flubber do whatever you want it to do, right? So I don't think that you have to make a choice between those two. The real choice is, are you going to swallow your pride and be okay with the 20th overall pick not playing as much as you thought last year on draft night? That's where I think the real decision is. And just to reiterate, and I'll change my mind with more information, when I close my eyes, I do not see Jahdae Barron across from Pat Surtain playing cornerback for the Denver Broncos. I see him as a nickel corner. I think that's his profile right now, and so we'll see where this conversation goes. But it's an interesting one.
It is, and I'll tell you what, the Broncos, Sean, VJ, they didn't see it going this way.
No.
They saw it as, hey, like, you're going to take over for Jaquan McMillan.
To start,
and then you're going to move over, and you're going to take Riley's spot.
Yes.
Well, Riley's changing how he's doing things. His mentality's just different. Troy Franklin will tell you that. He's just stickier with defense. He's all over the place. He had, like, back-to-back pass breakups on Mims.
He did.
And Riley actually talked about how it's like, hey, man, I have to focus more when I get tired. We're playing man a lot. And so you do have to focus when you're playing against Jamar Chase or T. Higgins, and you know that you're tired. You do have to rely on your technique, and that's exactly what Riley Moss is doing right now. He's looking great, ZB.
Yeah, here's Moss after practice.
My parents have always told me this. I like to learn the hard way, and it actually helps me out in those situations because, yeah, they're going to throw the flag because I'm being too aggressive, whatever. Even VJ will tell me, keep going out there, keep playing aggressive, and it's in one ear and out the other. Like, it happens. I know I need to do better as a whole, this season, and I have been. It's been a big focus this camp, but, I'm still going to play aggressive, and I'm not going to shy away from it. So.
And here was Sean Payton talking about Riley Moss.
Oh, I think there's a little grit and toughness. He can bury the last play. He knows he's going to get a lot of traffic and attention. I like his toughness. I think it's a tough position to play, and he doesn't back down at all from that. His confidence doesn't wane. That's a really good trait.
It's a really good trait. You hear him praising him, right? And here's the question about Riley is about the penalties. Here was a question to Sean Payton: how does Moss slow down those penalties?
Some of it is just in the finish, these periods with the officials, the nuances of, and then, there were some tough calls against him as well. That's, I think, goes with the position, but he certainly doesn't back away from that. And I think that's important, especially at that position.
I think Sean Payton has a very high view of Riley Moss. I think about when you hear Sean Payton talk about Jaquan McMillan in OTAs, talking about, like, it's not an accident that this guy is always around the ball. It's not an accident. It's a trait. And he referenced the Buffalo Bills game, obviously, but then he said, go back and look at the Bills game with Russell Wilson in 2023 when J-Mac, he's like eventually it's not random. Here was Sean talking about J-Mac.
I think when I see someone who's really good at taking the ball away, I see football IQ. And then someone who's playing with good leverage, it's easy to say, take it away. But sometimes if you're not in a position, you're just catching up, trying to make a tackle. I think he's a great study. Again,
more effusive praise for these two players. And Phil, luckily, the Denver Broncos roster is in such a position, if everyone's healthy, and knock on wood, because I know they're going through it right now, right? With Sutton, with Benito, with Waddle, with Wattenberg, with Powers, all that.
But they're not major injuries where people having to go under the knife yet.
That's right. Luckily, the Broncos roster is in such a position that even if, and I'm not selling all my stock on Jahdae Barron, we'll continue to gather information. But if you do get to a certain point down the road where it's like, this just didn't work out, we thought it would. Once upon a time, I moved up the draft board to draft Marcus Davenport. And eventually, at a certain point in time, that, D lineman out of Texas San Antonio, we had enough information where, like, we can't cling to this vision.
You got to move on.
You got to move on. And if that eventually happens, and I'm not saying it is, okay, but if that eventually happens, your roster's in such a good spot where it doesn't gash you. Like when they drafted Garrett Bowles in 2017, we knew he was going to be the starting left tackle. When they missed on Paxton Lynch, that was a gash. You didn't have anything else at the position to stabilize the position, and that's not the case right now. This roster's floor is really, really high. So if you miss, will it sting? Yeah, I mean, it's a 20th overall pick, but it will not be the end of the world.
And also, ZB, you had a stat that I think you wanted to share to our audience about Riley. Do you still have that? Because people were criticizing Riley about the penalties and being so handsy, and I was one of them. And the only guy that kind of had his back was VJ. And VJ, like Riley kind of talked about right there, VJ said, keep playing, where everybody else is sitting here saying, why do they continue to keep Riley Moss in the game? VJ continued to put him out there. The reason for that is, why do you think that is?
Yes, so I hope my numbers are right, and if they're not, they're really close. Riley was called for 11 defensive pass interference calls last year that led the league. 10 of those came in the first 11 games of the year. Just one defensive pass interference beyond that.
So he got better after those first 11 games.
Yeah,
he got better,
like way better. Yeah, like way better.
And now we're seeing it in camp.
Yes, and that's what, and that's why I say, like, what you see in camp, if it syncs up with other stuff that you have seen, it's more likely to be real, right? Both good and bad, right? So, yeah, that deserves to be mentioned. He was going through it last year, along with being racially profiled. And
we got a white male.
So it was a little bit of this and a little bit. We
got to keep the white men down.
We got a bolo on number 21. Be on the lookout for those hands.
Yeah, he's wearing sleeves.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, he has gotten a lot better, and what we're seeing in camp is syncing up with what we saw in the backstretch of last year.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it more likely to be a trend moving forward that he's not going to lead the league in defensive pass interference. So there's a lot to this. There's a lot to it. If you guys want to react to it, you can hit us up, ramoslaw.com, text line 303-713-1043, or our YouTube chat powered by Champanda. Do we dare wade into the Deion Sanders waters?
Hey, he's not hard to find now.
All right, we'll find him next.
It's Training Camp 2026, Unfinished Business. Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth will kick things off starting at 6 a.m., powered by Applied Future Technologies. Then Dover and Cecil will react live to all the action until 2 p.m. Thanks to Denver Roof Pros and Beyond Dino Law Firm. At 2, The Drive will recap the day thanks to AeroSeal Colorado. Stay locked into Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan and DenverSports.com for all the latest news and information during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? Zach here for my guys at AeroSeal Colorado. Guys, when your air conditioning is kicking on in these sweltering summer days, is that cold air that flows through your HVAC's ducts, does it go where it's supposed to go with the pressure that it's supposed to have, or do you know deep down you are not getting the best of your system? Guys, that was the case in my house. We'd kick on the air conditioning, and man, the upstairs was just always significantly warmer than the downstairs, and my daughter's room felt like 7-8 degrees different from the master bedroom. That's because our HVAC's ducts, they weren't sealed up, all right? They weren't aero sealed up by AeroSeal Colorado. So that cold air, it was spilling out of a gap into a crawl space. Do not let that happen, all right? We had AeroSeal Colorado out to our house. They aero-sealed our ducts with their patented technology where they seal your HVAC system from the inside. Think of like the Fix-A-Flat, kind of the same thing for your ducts, all right? So learn what I already know about this company with a 4.9 rating on Google. All right, I'm a satisfied customer. Go learn what I already know at aerosealcolorado.com. That's AeroSealColorado.com.
Hi, I'm Donnie, owner of Fitness Gallery, where we believe there's nothing more important than your health. We can't stop time, but we can make your day more efficient, and we can help you get fit and stay fit.
Hey, Broncos country, I'm Terrell Davis. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer. Work out on your schedule from the privacy of your own home.
At Fitness Gallery, we have the nation's lowest prices on the highest quality products that stand the test of time.
You know, I used to think all money managers were the same until I spoke with Fisher Investments.
Really? How different are they?
Fisher's investment counselors are dedicated to service, not sales, keeping clients up to date on their portfolio.
Well, they probably just invest in a bunch of mutual funds like I do.
Nope. They build a tailored portfolio based on their clients' personal goals, helping them stay on track for a comfortable retirement.
Well, they must make commissions selling products.
Actually, Fisher doesn't sell any commission-based products. They're a fiduciary, and they believe that's a conflict.
Then they have some kind of complex fee structure.
Nope. Fisher has a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of their client's portfolio. So they do better when their clients do better.
It sounds like Fisher really is different.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Fisher Investments. Clearly different wealth management. Learn more at fisherinvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
Progressive provides protection for your boat and other outdoor vehicles so you can explore new things.
Oh, I can finally try pesto.
We meant like water skiing.
I've just never had pesto.
Or maybe take the boat somewhere new.
I mean, is pesto spicy or sweet? Oh, guess we'll find out, right?
Right. Bundle home or auto insurance with your boat, RV, or motorcycle and stay protected with Progressive while you explore.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not ready for pesto.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
I'm Rob Wilhite of the Wilhite Law Firm. A lot of new firms aren't even from Colorado, but we are. For 47 years, we've known Colorado law, we've fought for our neighbors, and we won for our community. If you've been injured, call 303-GOOD-LAW.
Hey guys, Mark Schlereth here. When I'm looking for a place that delivers big on flavor and has an awesome atmosphere, I head to Jack's. Locally owned with locations in Denver on Pearl Street and the new flagship in Lone Tree at Park Meadows Drive. Jack's serves premium Australian Wagyu, incredible seafood, and chef-driven dry-aged specialties. Grab lunch, enjoy social hour from 3 to 5, or make it a date night. And don't miss the Blind Tiger Speakeasy. Jack's, where upscale meets comfortable.
Switching your account numbers is hard. Being forced to switch, even worse. That's why at Belco Credit Union, we want to pay you to switch. From June 1st to August 31st, we're offering a $300 bonus when you open a new checking account with a qualifying direct deposit of $500 or more. They changed your account number. You can change who you bank with. Go to belco.org/switch for full offer details. Insured by NCUA. Membership eligibility required. Conditions and restrictions apply. Belco. Banking for everyone.
Hey Denver, Zach here. Need foundation repair, waterproofing, crawl space repair, egress windows, or concrete work? Trust Homestrong to get it done. They can even turn your crawl space into a finished basement in weeks. Visit buildhomestrong.com. You'll never go wrong with Homestrong.
Summer weather can be full of surprises. If your home has been affected by the recent storms, trust a local professional roofer with decades of combined experience. Golden Spike Roofing is here for all your repair or roof replacement needs. Call today for a free inspection and estimate for roofing done right down to the last nail.
Call Golden Spike Roofing when your roof needs a fix. 303-942-1386. Golden Spike Roofing.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-822-1490. That's 800-822-1490. 800-822-1490.
It's Training Camp 2026. Unfinished business. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, powered by AeroSeal Colorado.
Hey, we are giving away Zach Bryan tickets at the end of this segment. You are not going to want to miss it in Power Field next Friday. Got a pair. All right, we're giving those away in just a hot second. Before we do that, though, we heard from Deion Sanders today.
Deion, come into my office.
They are down in Colorado Springs,
getting away from all the noise. I like it. You know, just you, the team, bonfires, fights. Nobody's gonna know about it. I like it, ZB.
You said getting away from all the noise. I wonder where that noise has been coming from for the last couple of years.
It's been following Deion. That's why he's trying to chase or get away from it. They're chasing him.
That's right. Here's Deion Sanders, why they are holding training camp this week down in the Springs.
Wanted to go somewhere away that was significant, not just around the corner, like 45 minutes, 30 minutes. We wanted to get away so they couldn't have the really contacts to drive back home on an urge, even though we're on buses. They're not doing that. No visitations or anything like that. No outside food coming in. They're doing a great job of feeding us. They're off the phones. We monitor that, and they're really getting to know each other. We love it. We're bonding. We're getting closer. We're getting to know each other. We're getting to know each other a lot more because we're in one unit at all times, night and day. And it's been phenomenal.
I've been very critical of Deion Sanders.
That's a good coach right there, ZB.
Doing
that part. That's what coaches do.
Okay.
Okay. You've been critical of Deion.
I've been very critical of Deion Sanders, but as I have always said, I pick my issues
a la carte.
I love this idea. I do. I think it's a good thought. I actually couldn't be a bigger fan of it. Like, we're going to go, I don't know what Boulder is to the Springs, probably 2 hours, something like that. And we're going to get away, all right? No cars. You're not driving home. We're not doing outside food. You guys aren't hanging out on your phones all day. We're going to monitor that. You guys are going to talk to each other, get to know each other, because guess what? Once you get to know someone and you're out there on the field, you start to care about them.
There you go.
You start to pull together as a team, and this is a welcomed change, in my opinion, on the approach.
Building that bond, building that brotherhood, something that's kind of is a lost art in the college football world because everybody's moving all the time now. When I was there, we had the same guys from freshman year to senior year, and you knew about each other, how everybody felt about each other, what was going on in their personal lives, what you need to do to make that man go and how to make him click. Like, those are the things that only time can help you with. And so I love that Deion's doing that. I love that he's bringing this team together, having them compete, those dog days together, no phones. Maybe he was watching Remember the Titans before he decided to do this. That's what Remember the Titans did.
Is that right?
They went bust somewhere where nobody else was, and it was like,
that's right. That's right. I was like, wait, with the phones though. But yes, getting away.
They didn't have phones back then.
They didn't have phones, not cell phones anyway. Maybe he watched Toy Story 5 and got inspired.
Maybe.
Here's a little bit more from Deion Sanders. There has been a criticism out there that these are the baby buffs, that they're small.
Watch yourself now.
All right, that they're small. That's been the accusation on social media. Here is Deion. Does he think his team is small?
Talking about the size of our team, which is hilarious. 16 linemen is average 6'5", 310. 6 tight ends, average is 6'5", 255. Interior defensive lineman averages 6'3", 295. Defensive end average 6'3", 245. Cornerbacks average 6'1", 185. I don't think that's small by any means.
So he was prepared for that question.
Yeah, but to me, it's like, why even entertain it? It's people out there, the outside noise again. People want a reaction, and you're giving it to them, right? But you don't even have to say that. Just wait until that first game. When you step out there against Georgia Tech, then people are going to sit there and say, hey, you're small or you're not. Who cares? Just go win games. At this point, it's like, man, don't worry about what these. I saw, like, it was a couple guys that were laughing, and it's like, dude, you bought into what they wanted, and now they're getting attention because of this.
Yeah, and even when that video came out on social media, it was and again, I don't think anyone in Denver media has been more critical of Deion Sanders and just some of the way that he is than me, but. That video was so cherry picked.
Yes.
Like, come on. He and I react to situation by situation, but there are people who are literally like on a day-to-day basis, just out to get Deion, and there's a difference between that approach and my approach. That was always cherry-picked. So here is more from Deion Sanders praising his coaching staff.
Address Coach Phillips. My man, love him to life, retired respectively. Nearly did a great job on. Let me address Coach Phillips.
Hold on a second. He is talking about last year's coaching staff.
Yeah.
Last year. So just keep that in mind as we play this.
Address Coach Phillips. My man, love him to life, retired respectively. Nearly did a great job on. He really coached last year for me, because I was going through what I was going through, and he didn't want to leave me in that situation, so we had already talked about it. Rashad has been with us since Jackson State. I don't think you guys know that. Like, Rashad has been with us for quite some time, and sometimes people may give credit to others. J-Field did a great job, but Rashad has been there since Jackson State doing a phenomenal job. Like, he's done a lot of leg work. He's done a lot with the receivers. He's been there, so it was his time to rise up, and we're thankful and happy that we have him.
No mention of Robert Livingston.
No.
Interesting.
Robert Livingston dipped out on him. He's with the Broncos.
He is.
Teaching back pedals again. Get low. Come on, Riley. Maybe that's why Riley's having a good year.
Maybe so.
Robert Livingston.
The Robert Livingston touch. Now this is Deion talking about this coaching staff and how this is the best that he has had.
I think this is the best. This is not to demean any of the former coaches, but this is the best staff I feel like I've ever had in my coaching career, from youth all the way up. These guys are good, fundamentally sound, creative, innovative. They're born leaders. They're head coaches that are coaching the offense and defense. The young men are responding to them. Even special teams, we're doing that in a conglomerate effort. Like, we're unified on that. The defense is teaching these two special teams. Offense has these others. It's been great. I love the energy that these coaches are providing. A new group of kids helps out tremendously.
All right. We'll see how it all ages, right? I mean, we've heard it was this time last year that Deion was telling us that the 2025 team was better than the Shador Travis team. And he had conviction behind that, and the team went and won 3 games.
Deion's like calm right now, right?
He
like,
is.
You know, where it's like he's like understanding that it's gonna be hard to win these games no matter what. I think that he does have confidence in his staff, and I think he's just letting it play out. Right? He's been doing a lot of talking, and then he's like, I'm tired of talking. People are tired of hearing me talk. Let me just go win games now. You got to win.
You have to win. I mean, that's where we're at. And you can't be as demonstrative as he's been in years past coming off a 3-win season.
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that. Okay. Looking back at the day, what did we learn today in Denver sports? Hold on. But before we do, as promised, all right, I totally remembered this. You want to see Zach Bryan at Empower Field at Mile High? All right. The show is next Friday. We've got your tickets, a pair of them. You and a friend, all right, can hang out and watch one of the biggest names in music under the lights in Denver. It doesn't get much better than that. And BT Dubs, I will be in the Biggity Building on Friday night. Yeah.
Got some tickets?
Zach watching a Zach. All right. Be caller number 4. You can be in the Biggity Building with me if you're caller number 4 right now at 303-713-1043. That's 303-713-1043. Caller 4 gets a pair of tickets to Zach Bryan at Empower Field at Mile High Friday, August 14th from your friends at Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. What did we learn today in Denver Sports? We'll catch you up on what you need to know coming up next.
All right, I pinky promise.
J.K. Dobbins pinky promises he'll play 17 games, but...
Now you have to lead the league in rushing, bro. You should have kept your mouth shut. You should have showed us, and then at the end of the year, dunk on all of our heads and said, look at what I just did. Making these promises that don't mean anything because you devalue it with your own words saying, oh, I know I said that again last year. So then why are you saying it this time around, dude? Do, and then say, don't say and hope to do. His mouth is writing checks that his body has not been able to cash his entire NFL year. So when I get that check, I go, oh, yeah, I'm just going to rip this up and throw it away.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Summer is a time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your tan or abs. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to decades of thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day, and it can even grow for life. Did I mention Advanced Hair even guarantees your new hair will grow? Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar during Advanced Hair's best offer ever. The summer sales event is on for a limited time, so schedule your free consultation and get the details today. 720-459-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results with Advanced Hair. Your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and get your savings details while still available. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
The rent's coming up. Also, gotta get groceries. And I should probably set up an emergency fund. Plus, I want to start my own business. Sorta. Maybe. But first, a trip I've been dying to take.
Wings is here to make sure it all adds up. Wings Credit Union. Let's figure it out together. Insured by NCUA.
Colorado, it's time to take our recycling to the next level. That's why Recycle-On Colorado is bringing you more curbside and drop-off service from peaks to prairies. Guidelines as clear as our skies, so you know what goes where. And the price? As free as gawking at bighorns on I-70. You deserve a recycling system you can count on, like your puffiest winter coat. And we're here to give it to you. Learn more at recycleon.org/Colorado.
You know that feeling, sitting at the kitchen table, staring at a stack of bills, wondering how you got here? Credit cards, car payments, subscriptions you forgot about. It all piles up. But here's the thing. If you own a home, you're sitting on the answer. American Financing can help you declutter your monthly bills into a single, manageable payment. Their salary-based mortgage consultants look at your entire financial picture, not just one piece. All right? The average customer savings is $800 a month. You may delay 2 mortgage payments and may close in as fast as 10 days. Guys, there is never any upfront fees or obligation with American Financing. This is a family-owned lender, not one of those big banks where you're just a number. So pick up the phone and start that conversation at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or simply visit them online at AmericanFinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Men, if your energy is down, your workouts aren't producing results, you're gaining stubborn weight, losing muscle, sleeping poorly, or just not feeling like yourself anymore, it may be more than just aging. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic. Our low T and body composition treatments are designed to help men regain energy, improve focus, sleep better, build lean muscle, reduce unwanted fat, and restore confidence both in and out of the gym. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we specialize in helping men optimize their health, performance, and vitality. Using personalized medical treatments tailored to your health and goals, many men begin noticing improvements in energy, mental clarity, recovery, motivation, libido, and overall body composition within just a few weeks. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, PSA and T-test, and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
Hey, it's your boy Stink. Ever wonder what if the best room in your home wasn't inside? That's exactly what Inside Outside Spaces helps homeowners create. They design outdoor spaces that actually fit how you live. From custom pergolas to patio covers, screens, decks, pavers, outdoor kitchens, and fire features, they'll help you enjoy your backyard almost year-round. Inside Outside Spaces, building outdoor spaces that feel like inside spaces. Visit InsideOutsideSpaces.com. One company, one team, one call.
Hey, Rob Biandino here at BeatTheDA.com. I've handled about 7,000 cases, over 300 trials. Man, I see so many bad stops on these DUIs. Unlawful arrests, the police putting body cams off, the evidence is sketchy. We got to go get the evidence. We go find those cameras, the stores, the ATMs, the banks. We got the experts to challenge their breath tests, their blood tests. My office has over 100 years experience at this stuff. Hit me up at BeatTheDA.com or 720-706-5151.
Brooks is coming to Denver. The Blame It All on My Roots Arena Tour hits Ball Arena September 4th and 5th, and you don't want to miss it. General tickets are on sale now, but here's the best part. We're giving you a shot to win tickets. Just head to the DenverSports app and enter for your chance to win. Don't have the app yet? Now's the time to download it. Get entered, and we'll see you at the show. It's Training Camp 2026, Unfinished Business. Here's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, powered by AeroSeal Colorado.
All right, final segment here on a Thursday. You could reach out and touch Friday from here. Stopping by, friend of the show, Anilo Piro. What up, AP?
What's up, my man? Happy to be in some air conditioning after a few days outside the last, throughout the course of the week. All is well.
Well, luckily, we kind of lucked out for a couple days there.
I was telling Amanda and some of the other people down at Broncos training camp, like, it feels less brutal from the sense of the heat. Like, I remember last year, like, melting. And there's been a couple of pretty hot days out there. I'm not trying to sound like a complainer. I guess I am, though.
Yeah.
But no, it's been fun.
It's been fun. It's been fun. Not so fun on the injury front.
No.
I mean, it's early, right? So no one's panicking, all right? But Courtland Sutton didn't practice for a third day in a row. Nick Bonito did not practice again. Jalen Waddle did not practice. He's got what sounds like a strain, all right? The starting center, Luke Wattenberg, did not practice. Ben Powers did not practice in team periods, with Palcho filling in. Kind of going through it comparatively. Like, Broncos have mostly, for the last couple years, avoided stuff like this. And luckily, nothing is, season ending, because we've actually seen that in other camps around the league. But at the same time, a cluster of injuries to frontline players.
Well, I think the key is what you said there at the end, that nothing is season ending, right? Like, hopefully these are kind of bumps and bruises that'll work themselves out over the next week or two. Obviously, Jalen Waddle today we saw walking around a bit gingerly, right? And that's obviously something to monitor. And look, I forget who I was talking with, but like Waddle, if memory serves me correct, has dealt with kind of those soft tissue injuries throughout the course of his career.
Yep.
So I'm not going to say it's like J.K. Dobbins or anything like that.
No,
but like,
no.
There's probably a good chance Jalen Waddle's going to miss a couple of games throughout the course of the regular season. But if we're going to hone in on a quote-unquote concern, I believe every name you just listed, with the exception of Nick Bonito, is offense.
That's right. That's right.
So the defense is the more, I guess, complete unit, you could say, going back to the quote that Alex Singleton gave about fine-tuning as opposed to installing and what they're working on throughout the course of training camp, versus offense, like you're expecting that unit to take a step, and you're down 3, 4, 5 different guys right now.
Yeah, and especially with the Waddle-Bo connection, right?
For sure.
Bo misses the entire offseason with the ankle. He comes back. He's 4 practices in, and then Waddle goes down. So, again, there's still plenty of runway here before game number 1, but just not ideal on its face. What else did we learn today in Denver sports? We learned that how about this? This was a bit of a curveball. The announcement that from Shams Charania, of all people, that the Denver Nuggets were re-signing Lonnie Walker, all right, is not actually real. What it is, it's a training camp invite to see if he can compete for a roster spot this fall. Lonnie Walker, once upon a time a first-round pick, unfortunately had washed out of the NBA here momentarily. So this is the second non-NBA player the Denver Nuggets are adding, and if he makes the roster, of course, it's going to be vet minimum, just filling the roster out with vet minimum players. But it's rare to see multiple non-NBA players being added to a roster inside of a championship window. If you think that the Nuggets are still in a championship window, we know they still have a top 3 player in the world, maybe still the best player in the world. What did you make of that? We'll start with Phil.
I was going to say the second apron, man. They're trying to keep their players, so now they have to go for vet minimum deals, try to find some guys, some diamonds in the rough. I don't know, ZB. It's a little weird. It's a little weird, especially when you do have one of the best players to play the game right now in Jokic, and yet you're having tryouts.
Yeah, for tryouts.
AP?
They're bargain hunting a little bit. They're looking for those low-risk, high-reward type of guys. And the interesting thing about Lonnie Walker in particular is this is a guy that's been linked to the Nuggets for
a couple years, right?
Yeah, a couple of seasons. And so ultimately, he's playing overseas, I believe, in Tel Aviv. And so, this is a guy that I thought was kind of just down and out on his NBA aspiration. Like, it's almost like a season too late, it feels like, to bring in Lonnie Walker. And obviously, we know that it's just a training camp invite now, as you alluded to, Zach. So he's going to have an opportunity to go out there and compete. I mean, there's no question that the Nuggets are going to need talent and creation. I think Lonnie Walker brings some of that to the table, but into the bargain bin we go, fellas. Like, that's just kind of where we're at right now. It's going to be, I turned to someone at training camp, and we're talking Nuggets for a couple of minutes. I'm like, buckle up, man. Because they're still probably going to win about 50 games, right?
Yeah.
I think they're going to float right around that number. But when it comes to can they go out there and win a championship, sure. Is there a chance? There's always a chance, right? But realistically, like the expectations I had for them entering last season feels like fool's gold now going into this upcoming season.
Yeah, it does a bit. And I'm speaking for myself. I'm still waiting for a big move.
Not salary dump, right?
Yeah, not in a sense of adding a key piece, but in dumping salary.
Does that only happen, though, if Payton Watson re-signs?
Well, I mean, no. Like you could do a sign and trade and still do a salary dump. Because right now, with their roster as it's currently constructed, they are going to pay the largest tax bill in NBA history. And this is a team that has paid, I think the number is $52 total million in the last 25 years in luxury tax.
And that's like in the early 2000s.
Yeah. And so you're going to tell me after paying $52 million in the last 25 years, you're going to pay close to $200 million for one season? I'll believe it when I see it. As I've repeated 100 times, and if they do it, I'll crack an egg on my forehead and let the yolk drip down my face to physically wear egg on my face. And so, but I'll believe that when I see it. I still think there's something big coming with Aaron Gordon, with Cam Johnson. I think it should be, as I've said for months now, I think it should be Jamal Murray.
Yep.
And break up his contract, try to get 2 or 3 players, get more defensive oriented. We shall see. But we're going to leave it there for now. Guys, we're going to have some fun tomorrow. We're going to be at Broncos practice again, giving you our local coverage fresh off of camp. We're going to talk to Mike Kliss. We're going to play some trivia. It is going to be a hoot of a time. Thank you for being here with us on a Thursday. We say so long for now. It's Denver Sports Tonight. Next.
The Rockies were busy at the deadline. Two-time Gold Glover Brenton Doyle shipped to the White Sox. Longtime rookie Antonio Senzatella dealt to the Brewers. And the hard-throwing reliever Victor Vodnik is headed to Miami. 3 deals, 6 prospects coming back to Colorado. What does it all mean for the rebuild? And did Colorado do enough? Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Sleep Number's new collections are designed to adapt to the changing nature of your life and your sleep needs. Whether it's the personalized comfort of the Comfort Mode mattress, the targeted pressure relief of the Comfort Next mattress, or the Climate Collection that actively cools or warms to help you fall asleep and stay asleep.
And now, get early access to our biggest sale of the year. Save 25% on the new Comfort Next Luxe for a limited time.